Chapter 76. Zhang Yu shook his head helplessly. Who did Shu Yu learn this sinister look from? He was not like this a few days ago. You guys are so awesome, Tang Yuxuan said with some envy. In fact, the effect of Aqualad was not very good at the beginning of practice. It may be because my evergreen power can communicate with Pokémon more effectively, Zhang Yu comforted. Tang Yuxuan, who was hit hard, decided that she must reach the same level as Shu Yu today, so she left quickly and returned to the training ground to train with Shu Yu. Zhang Yu breathed a sigh of relief when he saw Tang Yuxuan leave. To be honest, he didn't really want to interact with girls. As a single aristocrat, he always felt uncomfortable interacting with girls. Patted the water-leaping fish, stood up and continued training. The water-leaping fish that jumped off Zhang Yu began to train consciously, while the burning insect tiptoed to Zhang Yu with a malicious look on its face and kept rubbing against him, saying in a delicate voice, "Take a break." He pinched the little face of the burning bug and said expressionlessly, "No." Not long after, Tang Kainyu, who was checking the training results one by one, came to Zhang Yu, looked at the training of Shu Yu, and nodded with satisfaction, "Let Shu Yu and Burning Bug show me the training results. Are there any difficulties in the training?" Zhang Yu thought for a moment and said, "There doesn't seem to be any problem at the moment. Come here and let Aunt Tang see your results." The first thing shown was the water-leaping fish. The water droplets in the air were moving slowly. Although not as stable as Slowpoke, it was also well imitated. Tang Kainyu looked at the clumsy display of the water-leap fish and couldn't help thinking, it is worthy of being the child of Swampert. It seems that I still underestimated the energy control of this water-leap fish. She looked at the burning worm again. She had a deep memory of the energy of the burning worm and was curious about how powerful the burning worm could be. It was the burning bug's turn. The sparks in the air moved slowly and steadily, gradually converging to one point and becoming a larger spark. It couldn't be said to be exactly the same as what Slowpoke did, but it was not much different. Tang Kainyu watched the operation of the burning bug expressionlessly, but her heart was already filled with turmoil. What was going on with this burning bug? She had made some guesses about the burning bug's qualifications before, but this time she directly overturned her previous guesses. It was too outrageous. She was a little dazed, and her thoughts unconsciously returned to what her father taught her when she was in college. At that time, it took her 3 days to train her Pokémon to reach the level of Water Leap. How long did it take for this incendiary bug? 1 hour? 2 hours? This is definitely not a burning bug with quasi-champion qualifications, but, the champion. Tang Kainyu's eyes unconsciously changed when she looked at Zhang Yu. If Zhang Yu could grow up smoothly, he would definitely be a champion-level trainer, and the Tang family would have another solid and reliable ally. This child is definitely worth a big investment, and it looks like her plans will have to change accordingly. In order to prevent Zhang Yu from becoming proud, Tang Kainyu frowned and said sternly, "It's okay. Among the Pokémon I've seen, the burning bug is in the upper middle level, and the water leaper is in the lower middle level. Don't be proud, keep working hard." The two little ones were shocked that they were so bad in Tang Kainyu's eyes. As expected, there are strong people everywhere out there. It seems that I haven't worked hard enough. Come on. Oh. It's so scary outside, let's just lie down? Seeing the expressions of the two little ones, Zhang Yu smiled a little. Although he had never seen other Pokémon above the champion level, the Incinerator was definitely the top one. It can be seen from Tang Yuxuan's expression that Merlin is stronger than other Pokémon of the same caliber. In the next few days, the training content remained the same and there was no change. Zhang Yu consulted Aunt Tang privately. According to Aunt Tang, the stronger this ability is, the easier it is to comprehend the moves. Aunt Tang also told him a secret. In fact, in addition to improving strength and learning skill books, there is another way to learn the moves. As long as the Pokémon can learn many moves, they can be taught, that is, a trainer who has a deep understanding of a certain skill can help the Pokémon learn the moves. However, the moves learned through the teaching method have extremely strict requirements on energy control, so the teaching method has not been popular on a large scale and is only circulated among advanced trainers. Zhang Yu vaguely guessed Aunt Tang's plan. Maybe after a while, Aunt Tang would teach her students a certain move. During this period, the water-leaping fish's energy control has become more and more proficient, and its sensitivity to water energy has also changed with each passing day. At the same time, after the training in the past few days, Aqualad and Majira will train together at night, while Incineroar will take the opportunity to lie down under the pretext of taking care of the Pokémon eggs. The level of the water-leaping fish has also reached level 9, and it is about to pass the growth stage and enter the novice stage. Majerna's growth rate is faster and she has already reached level 12. After Zhang Yu passed on what he had learned in training to Magiana, he discovered that Magiana's control of energy was even more outrageous than that of the burning bug, which was only to be expected. In his team, only Majerna and water leap fish are of similar strength. Water leaping fish? Since their levels were similar, Zhang Yu would let the two fight each other every night. Without a doubt, Shouyuyu would be defeated miserably. Although Magiana didn't say that she won easily, it was certain that she had the upper hand. This also made Smelt more aware of the horror of the outside world. This was just the strength of one of its trainer's Pokémon. It couldn't imagine how big the outside world was. After seeing Majerna's talent, the water leap fish worked harder and the burning bug lay down more calmly. Zhang Yu gave the nanny bug a task. After showing it the picture of Mimikryuwu, Zhang Yu asked the nanny bug to knit a Pikachu coat for Mimikryuwu. He didn't know whether Mimikryuwu would come with a coat when it hatched, so it would be better to prepare it in advance. After understanding the importance of the Pikachu coat to Mimikyu, the nanny bug patted its chest and said it was no problem. Then it picked up the phone that Zhang Yu gave it and started to select materials online, ignoring the burning bug that came to play with it. Sir, recent monitoring has found that the target Pokémon moves very regularly every day. Speak carefully. Leave at 8 AM every day and come to the Water Secret Realm, then leave the Water Secret Realm and return to the Alliance Villa Protection Area at 5 PM. The Villa Protection Area, that's where important members of the Alliance live. Forget it, we can't do anything there. The impact will be too great and it will increase the difficulty of retreat. Gather tomorrow and get ready to start. A luxury house. Dad, when will this egg hatch? Wang Yeyu asked curiously with his eyes rolling. It will probably take about half a year. A middle-aged man kept wiping the egg in front of him. This egg was the key to whether he could reach the king level in the future. Dad, can you teach me how to take care of the Pokémon eggs? When you are busy and not at home, I will take care of the Pokémon eggs for you. Ha ha ha, look, honey, our son has grown up. Come, I'll teach you how to take care of the Pokémon eggs. Chapter 77. After getting up in the morning and having breakfast with the Pokémon, Zhang Yu took the car to the secret realm as usual. He randomly found a training ground, summoned Inflammable and Squirtle, added weights to the two Pokémon, and then Zhang Yu started physical training with the two little ones. Sir, something bad has happened. The target location has changed. What's going on? Wasn't there a pattern yesterday? Unclear, but the target is moving southeast. Southeast? What's in the southeast? Southeast, there is no special place, but southeast is the direction of the sea. The sea, could it be? Quick, notify all members, head southeast, aiming for the seaside, this is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Southeast of Shanghai, Golden Sands beach area. The waves gently hit the shore, making a low and rhythmic sound. There are some plastic bags and abandoned fishing nets floating on the sea. With the rise and fall of the waves, they sometimes float to the surface and sometimes sink to the bottom of the sea. On the beach, there are some scattered garbage washed ashore by the waves, adding a bit of dullness to this beach that should have been peaceful. Standing on the beach, you can feel the heaviness and helplessness of this ocean. It was once clear, transparent, and full of vitality, but now it has been destroyed and polluted by human activities. This once prosperous beach has gradually lost its former glory. Now there are only a handful of scavengers walking on the beach. The waves hitting the empty beach seem a bit lonely. Roar! A deep, powerful, and vibrant voice rang out on the empty beach. People nearby who were reminiscing about their past glory looked up at the source of the sound. The whole environment seemed to be shrouded in a mysterious and ethereal atmosphere. I saw a blue figure with white block patterns on its body. It had a headdress like a blue gem and a few white ribbons floating around it. Its body was glowing with a faint light, like a clear spring under the moonlight, soft and mysterious. Suikun's eyes are like a deep lake, revealing a distant and profound wisdom. Its steps are light, and each step seems to be jumping on the water, without a trace of worldly heaviness. When Suikun appears, the wind around him becomes gentle, as if playing an accompaniment to him. The elderly people living nearby always fantasize about the return of the once bustling beach. When they saw this figure, they could not help but put their hands on their chests, clasped their fingers together, and burst into tears. Have you finally come to save this dead sea? Mom, what is that? It's so beautiful. Sui-kun. Sui-kun. It's Sui-kun. It's here to save the sea. Lord Sui-kun. Many people gradually knelt down, closed their eyes and prayed devoutly to Sui-hun. Many people also took out their mobile phones to record this shocking scene. The legend of the Phoenix Guards has been circulating in the Shenzhou Alliance since ancient times. Entei, Sui-kun, and Reigong appear from time to time to save mankind and purify water sources, so people regard them as a symbol of beauty and happiness. Just look at Sui-kun raising his head, the north wind is whistling around him, the white ribbons are dancing in the wind, making an unknown rhythm, and a mysterious blue energy is spreading out from Sui-kun's body. The blue energy continued to spread into the sea, and the impurities that came into contact with the blue energy gradually disappeared. After a moment, the sea water regained endless vitality and vigor, and the sea surface reflected the sunlight like a mirror, sparkling with charming light. Marine life swims freely against the backdrop of the blue sea. The colorful fish, corals of various shapes, and swaying water plants all appear more beautiful against the backdrop of the blue sea. People stand on the beach, gazing at the blue ocean, as if all their worries and sorrows are blown away by the sea breeze, and their hearts get a moment of tranquility and relaxation. After purifying the sea, Sui-kun looked a little listless, and his skin had lost its radiance. Just as Sui-kun and everyone were enjoying a moment of peace, a huge, piercing sound broke this beautiful picture. Layers of dark clouds appeared in the sky, with electric currents flashing continuously inside. Suddenly, the whole world turned into a white canvas in an instant. Then two huge lightning bolts fell like the wrath of God, directly hitting the dazed Sui-kun. Roar! The people who had lost their sight only heard Sui-kun's scream, followed by a series of orderly voices. Sniper Tree Owl uses Leaf Blade. Electric Shock Monster 100,000 volts. Trembling Salamander, High Key, 100,000 volts. Manganea Energy Ball. Sui-kun was caught off guard and was hit by thunder first, falling from the lighthouse. During the fall, he was attacked by two 100,000 volt bullets, leaf blades, and energy balls. With a bang, Sui-kun fell to the ground, looked at the attacker with extreme anger, and launched the strongest attack on him. Unfortunately, Sui-kun was already a little weak after purifying the sea, and these attribute attacks that restrained it caused it to be seriously injured. Its strongest attack was far less powerful than its heyday, and was blocked by the opponent's Mangoni and the blocking Tree Owl. At the same time, several consecutive moves of king-level strength broke the peace of the Magic City, and the alarm sounded throughout the Magic City. The people outside kept screaming and ran frantically towards the nearby air raid shelter. After the people at the scene regained their sight, they saw the huge damage caused by various moves to the surroundings, and they screamed and fled in all directions. Two mysterious men appeared, ignoring the panicked crowd around them, with only the mysterious blue figure in their eyes. Finally found you. One of them looked at Sui-kun with madness in his eyes. Quick victory, the king of Demon City will be here soon, a female voice sounded. Thus, the king-level battle between Sniper Tree Owl, Electric Beast, Dream Song Naya, Trilling Newt and Sui-kun is about to break out. At the same time, an alarm suddenly sounded in the Water Secret Realm, and the broadcast sounded throughout the training ground. Everyone in the Water Secret Realm, please gather in the safe zone. An unknown king has attacked the Magic City. Please pay attention to your own safety and any unusual things around you. Repeat again. The students in training were obviously a little panicked after hearing the broadcast and quickly came to Tang Kainyu. As the only gym-level trainer nearby, Tang Kainyu gave them the sense of security they needed. Zhang Yu frowned. A Heavenly King-level attack on the Magic City? Did other countries declare war on the Alliance? As the most important city in the Alliance, the Magic City has several Heavenly Kings, and they are not ordinary Heavenly Kings. He was now in the Water Secret Realm, with the Tang family's king in charge, so at least he was very safe. He then took out his cell phone and called his mother. Only after learning that his mother had been transferred to a safe location by the Alliance did Zhang Yu feel relieved. Tang Kainyu was also very careful and felt incredible. How could the Magic City be attacked? Her identity allowed her to know some information that ordinary people could not access. The Magic City now not only had several kings, but also invited a divine beast some time ago. What organization dared to attack the Magic City? Chapter 78. As everyone waited anxiously, their hearts were hanging in the air, fearing that the incident would affect them. The security personnel in the secret realm have conducted a detailed check on everyone. Not only have they checked your family members up to 18 generations, but they have also given you names down to 3 generations of your children and grandchildren. Time passed by little, in everyone's anxiety. After several hours, the alarm finally stopped. The attack is over. Please leave in an orderly manner. Anyone in the water secret realm needs to submit all travel information for the past 6 months to the Alliance. Someone will call you later to communicate. Repeat again. After hearing the broadcast, everyone felt relieved. After hearing the broadcast, Zhang Yu's heart not only did not relax, but became even more anxious. Because the broadcast did not mention the follow-up of the attack on the Magic City King, whether he was successfully captured or he escaped. The worst outcome is that the king who attacked the Magic City escaped. After all, if he is caught, there is no reason not to use it to appease the masses. Zhang Yu touched his chin and did not rule out another possibility. The Alliance is setting a trap for the other side to lure the enemy deeper. Instead of killing these kings, they gave their accomplices an illusion, gave them hope, and forced them to rescue the kings. In any case, the alarm stopped, but the crisis was not truly over. He still needs to be careful. At the same time, he was very confused in his heart. The Alliance was so powerful, why did the other party attack just because they said so? Is the Alliance so worthless in the eyes of others? Or is it that the Alliance is not as powerful as he imagined, and there are many countries on this planet that are more powerful than the Alliance? This world is very different from the Pokémon world he imagined. Terrorist attacks often occur. He has only been here for 3 months and has already experienced 2 Yuten incidents. It was a major incident at Zikan Airport. Fortunately, he ran fast, otherwise he might have died. An attack by the King of Demon City. Luckily it had nothing to do with him this time. He decided to stay at home honestly except for training every day. If you stay at home and don't go anywhere, trouble won't come to you. It is absolutely impossible to be so outrageous. He still has a little fantasy about this world. Just as Zhang Yu was thinking, a student shouted, "Look online, Suicune has appeared. Suicune must be here to save our Magic City." The student's words caused an uproar in the crowd, and everyone opened their phones to see the latest news online. Zhang Yu opened his mobile phone and saw the news pinned to the top of the web page. The holy beast of water, the North Wind incarnates into the Demon City. The video shows that Suicune came to the Golden Sand Beach in the southeast corner of Magic City, and through the power of the mythical beast, purified the sea water pollution caused by humans. Seeing the mysterious power in Suicune, Zhang Yu's heart beat faster and his eyes were full of envy. He wondered when the burning bug and Majira would reach this level. However, after Suicune purified the sea, the video screen suddenly turned white, almost blinding his eyes. Fuck, this is the embodiment of water, Suicune. So damn cool. In my heart, Suicune is the strongest water-type beast. How can I get a Suicune? Zhang Yu really wanted to answer him that all he needed was a fishing net. No, look at the news about the attack on the Magic City, a student shouted tremblingly. Look, Suicune, Suicune. Another student said stutteringly. Zhang Yu, who was somewhat confused, found the video of the attack. He felt like he was struck by lightning. He stood there in a daze, unable to move for a while. In the video, Suicune was attacked by 2 mysterious men and 4 top-level Pokémon and was seriously injured. The angry Suicune kept releasing water cannons to fight with the other side. The air was filled with the smell of dust and ruins, and countless broken bricks and debris were flying in the air. However, Suicune was seriously injured after the sneak attack, which caused his strength to drop greatly. His physical condition was far inferior to that of the opponent, resulting in him being hit by several powerful moves, and the situation became increasingly critical. After Suicune discovered the problem, he used all his strength to surf. A 10-meter high wave covered the sky and surged towards the opponent. When the opponent tried his best to resist the surf, Suicune did not fight with him, but turned around and ran towards the sea. In the ocean, Suicune is like the king of water, invincible. When everyone thought so, even Suicune believed that as long as it reached the sea, it would be invincible. It's a pity that dreams are beautiful, but reality is cruel. Just as Suicune leaped into the sea, an ultra-high voltage electric current barrier suddenly appeared in the air. Suicune let out a wail when he encountered the electric current barrier and fell straight down from the air. The 4 elite Pokémon that broke through Suicune's surf surrounded Suicune. When Suicune, who has no priesthood, uses his purification ability, his strength will temporarily decline. After his strength declines, he is hit by several powerful moves that can restrain him. The fact that he did not faint immediately shows his powerful strength. When everyone felt despair for Suicune, even Suicune himself had given up hope. However, it still did not give up. After barely standing up, it continued to fight with the opponent, trying to find an opportunity to retreat. The two mysterious men in black had obviously made adequate preparations, and even thought of a way to deal with it escaping to the sea. Suicune has nowhere to escape, and everyone knows that it is only a matter of time before Suicune is defeated. Why do we treat it like this? It helps us purify the ocean. The girl obviously couldn't accept this fact. Yeah, these people deserve to die. It is obviously a good friend of us humans. Suicune has been treated so unfairly, how will the other divine beasts view us? The girl's words resonated with everyone, and they obviously couldn't understand the mysterious man's behavior. Zhang Yu sighed secretly, these kids were still too naive. It was because of Suicune's powerful strength that he attracted the covetousness of many people. Just from the fact that Suicune was still able to move after taking 2 normal-type thunder attacks, 2 100,000-volt attacks and 2 high-powered herbal moves, we can see how terrifying Suicune's strength is. He couldn't imagine which Pokémon could take on such a powerful move while being restrained. At the end of the video, when everyone thought that Suicune's defeat was a foregone conclusion, fortunately the 2 Demon Kings arrived in time and had a king-level battle with the 2 mysterious men on the Golden Sands beach. Suicune took this opportunity to leave the battlefield, and no one knew where he went. The sea area purified by Suicune was destroyed in a utopian-level war. Seeing the ending, everyone breathed a sigh of relief, and Zhang Yu was no exception. He still likes Suicune very much. In his heart, Suicune is the representative of justice, and he believes that he does not want Suicune to have such an ending. But he was relieved, at least he knew the purpose of the king's attack, and he no longer needed to worry about his own safety. When everyone was shocked by the Suicune incident, only Suicune was training silently. Other people's strength had nothing to do with it, and the only thing it wanted to do most was to keep getting stronger. Zhang Yu is very satisfied with the state of Smelt. If someone else exchanges it for a Pokémon with champion qualifications, he will never do so. The water-leaping fish was exactly what he wanted. Soon a day's training was over and Zhang Yu returned home. He was a little tired, and when he felt the humid air in the house, his expression became solemn for a moment. This feeling is the same dampness as that in the black market. Summoning Alakazam sensed that there was a Pokémon in his room. So Zhang Yu and Huda carefully came to the door of his room. Chapter 79. Gengar, Alakazam, and Zhang Yu stood in front of the door as if they were facing a formidable enemy, not daring to breathe. After looking at each other, Zhang Yu nodded, and Gengar suddenly opened the door. Alakazam's superpowers were already behind him, ready to attack. The expected scene did not appear. Gengar stood there motionless. Zhang Yu and Alakazam were a little curious and walked forward slowly, but Alakazam still did not let down his guard. Zhang Yu walked forward and saw the scene in the house. He widened his eyes and showed an expression of disbelief on his face, as if he had seen the most impossible thing in the world. He stood there for a moment, stunned and speechless. We have obtained all the information about the Magic City Aluminum Steel Dragon. The other party understood his hint, and after he transferred the remaining money to him, he showed a satisfied expression. According to the informant, an aluminum steel dragon egg appeared on the black market a few days ago. It was bought by a businessman. The specific information is in this document. Know-it-all slowly pushed the document to the other party. The moment Zhang Yu opened the door, his trust in this world had completely disappeared. He would no longer believe in this damn world. This world was definitely playing tricks on him. Trouble might come from the sky while you are still sitting at home. He saw a blue Pokémon collapsed inside his house. This Pokémon is the victim of today's Uranus attack Suicune. Spirit, Suicune. Attribute, water. Gender, male. Characteristics, sense of oppression. Level, 67. Qualification, champion. Moves. Description, severely injured, due to the use of special abilities, strength has temporarily regressed to the early stage of the king. To be honest, he wished he hadn't gone home today. He is now very conflicted. With his weak strength, he is not qualified to be involved in a king-level incident. But now that Suicune appeared in front of him, he couldn't just sit there and do nothing. He owed Feng Wang a big favor, and he didn't know how to repay it. Hey, Zhang Yu sighed and said to Jengar and Alakazam with a serious face, go and be alert to the surrounding environment. If there is any abnormality, attack immediately. The two mysterious kings were defeated by the king of Demon City, and no one knows where they went. Zhang Yu must be on guard. However, he was not particularly worried. If it was any other Pokémon, he might run away immediately, but he had Alakazam, and the teleportation could take him away. Turning his attention to Suicune, Tokiwa used all his strength to save Suicune, or at least wake him up from his coma. He had so many questions he wanted to ask Suicune. After seeing Suicune, he also understood where the humidity in the air came from. While healing Suicune, he was thinking about the next strategy. The wisest choice now is to notify the Alliance. As long as the Alliance intervenes, Suicune and he will definitely be protected. Only the King of Heaven can deal with the King of Heaven, and it is definitely impossible for him to face the King of Heaven directly. But it is a bit intriguing to think that Suicune did not go to the Alliance first, but came to him instead. Is it a coincidence that I came here or? No, it's definitely not a coincidence. He had felt the dampness at the black market. Was Suicune following him? And at that time, the two kings of the Magic City had already arrived. Suicune chose to escape at the first opportunity. It does not trust these two heavenly kings. It does not trust the Alliance. Zhang Yu narrowed his eyes and touched his chin. The relationship between them was really worth pondering. The guards of the legendary beast Ho-Oh, who represented the Alliance, actually did not believe in the Alliance. Does this represent the attitude of the King of Phoenix? But this conflicts with the actions of the Phoenix Guards as recorded in the Alliance records. Could it be that the Alliance's description of the Phoenix Guard is false, and in fact the relationship between the two is not harmonious, and the Alliance is just unilaterally trying to take advantage of the popularity of the legendary beasts? Since there is no danger for now, there is no need to notify the Alliance. Suicune has made such a choice, and he must not send Suicune into the tiger's mouth again. Just as Zhang Yu was still thinking, the unconscious Suicune moved. Suicune opened his eyes dazedly, and saw a human standing in front of him. He endured the pain, stood up instantly, and made a move to attack. Zhang Yu was scared to death by Suicune's behavior and thought it was going to repay kindness with enmity. At this moment, he even thought of a name for his next life. When he saw that the human in front of him was Zhang Yu, he felt a little embarrassed and his tone was full of apology. Sorry, I thought it was that group of people. Hey, Zhang Yu let out a long sigh. He was just almost going to meet the god of creation. When his mood gradually calmed down, Zhang Yu was very confused. Why did you come to me? There shouldn't be any intersection between us. In the water secret realm, I sensed the aura of the Phoenix King in the body of the burning insect. After hearing Suicune's answer, Zhang Yu suddenly realized that the breath released by the burning bug at that time was sensed by Suicune, but he still couldn't believe it. Just relying on the aura of the Phoenix King, you dare to come here? The Pokémon that can be chosen by Lord Ho-Oh must have a trainer who is not a vicious person. Well, it turns out it's not because he's handsome. Wait, there's a problem. It sensed the burning bugs in the water secret realm? Since it can enter the water secret realm, it means that the Alliance should be aware of the existence of this Water King. Suicune should also have good intentions towards the Alliance. Thinking of this, he was stunned. Suicune's behavior is clearly full of contradictions. Why don't you go find the Alliance? When Suicune heard Zhang Yu mention the Alliance, he couldn't stop being angry. Alliance? They deceived me. The Alliance deceived Suicune? Zhang Yu's gossip fire burned fiercely, and he began to communicate with Suicune. After continuous communication, Zhang Yu had a general understanding of the feud between Suicune and the Alliance. Due to the rise of the Pokémon factory and the rapid development of the Pokémon industry, many factories have been producing Pokémon products in large quantities without regard for environmental pollution, resulting in massive pollution of the seawater in Magic City. Humans have no way to solve this kind of pollution, which is full of energy properties. Therefore, the Alliance continued to search and finally contacted the Suicune who had the authority. So the two reached an agreement: the divine beast Suicune would let a member of its tribe purify the water source, and the Alliance needed to meet some of Suicune's conditions. The Suicune in front of us is the representative sent by the divine beast Suicune, and things should have gone smoothly. It also knows how attractive it is to humans, so it has always acted in stealth and has hardly ever exposed its whereabouts. Their whereabouts were exposed during the communication with the alliance. No one expected that two mysterious kings would appear in the end and almost defeat Suicune. If there was only one king, Suicune believed it might be a coincidence, and he also reluctantly believed that the appearance of two kings was a coincidence. But the other side actually has two lightning-type and two grass-type top-level Pokémon. I believe anyone with eyes can see who their target is. There are also those ultra-high-voltage power grids on the coast. All of this was absolutely fully prepared. The alliance is definitely involved. In other words, there are big problems within the alliance. Are the two mysterious kings inside the alliance or members of other organizations? If he is a member of the alliance, then Suicune will be in danger. Not only Suicune is in danger, but also him. This may be a conspiracy by the alliance. Thinking of this, Zhang Yu felt helpless. On one side was the favor of the Phoenix King, and on the other side was the alliance. His mother was still in the alliance. If he doesn't handle it well, he might lose his relationship with Ho-Oh. In worst case, Ho-Oh might take back the burning bug, and he would be completely helpless. As for persuading the alliance to change its mind, he could only say that you were overthinking it. Do you think he was the protagonist of a novel? An ordinary high school student, could he change the will of one of the world's largest alliances with just a few words? He only hoped that these two mysterious kings were members of other organizations. At least in this way, there would be someone in the alliance who would stand on his side. But in either case, the alliance cannot be trusted. Chapter 80. After understanding the whole cause and effect, Zhang Yu felt a headache looking at the Suicune in front of him, but he still came to it and continued to heal it. Ding! Release the task. Help Suicune. Mission content: help Suicune escape from danger until he is safe. Quest reward: 1 water essence, advanced evergreen power. Zhang Yu was stunned when he heard the system prompt. He has no say in this matter now, it seems he has to wade into this muddy water. What is water essence? But it must be related to the water system. There is only one water system in his team, and it must be for the water-leaping fish. Advanced Evergreen's power: to be honest, he felt that Evergreen's power was not as strong as he had imagined, but it was indeed useful for healing injuries and relieving fatigue. When Suicune saw that Zhang Yu actually possessed the power of Tokiwa, his eyes lit up. You are indeed a kind person, worthy of being chosen by the King of Phoenix. I have never seen someone of this age possess this level of Viridian power. Maybe when your Viridian power level is higher, you may be able to meet some Pokémon. Hearing Suicune's words, Zhang Yu's eyes moved slightly. If the power of Tokiwa is more advanced, can he encounter certain Pokémon? What kind of Pokémon requires special abilities to encounter? He had never heard of such a condition. However, with such high requirements, some Pokémon cannot be common. It is very likely that they involve some extremely rare Pokémon, or even legends. Alas, Zhang Yu sighed. It was useless to think so much. If he couldn't get through the current difficulties, it would be useless to think about anything. Seeing Suicune's injuries healing extremely slowly, Zhang Yu frowned slightly. At this healing efficiency, it would take at least half a month to fully heal. Sure enough, for Suicune, a top-level Pokémon, the level of his Viridian force is too low, and going to a healing center is the best choice. After telling Suicune what he was thinking, he was very resistant to contacting the Alliance. Having been betrayed once, he didn't want to have anything to do with the Alliance at all. But he couldn't stay with Suicune forever, he had his own things to do and to prepare for the high school cup. Shuahun also noticed Zhang Yu's difficulties and pointed to the high-level ball on his waist. Zhang Yu was a little confused. What does it have to do with the advanced ball? I can usually rest in your Pokeball and avoid enemy tracking. What the hell? Happiness comes so suddenly? Is he going to capture a Suicune? Do I need to use a Master Ball? To be honest, he was a little reluctant to use the Master Ball to catch Suicune. In his mind, the Master Ball must catch those Pokémon with strong strength and high status. Isn't Suicune very classy? In his mind, those legendary water-type Pokémon were not very impressive. The god of space cannot break through space, fathead fish can be fished out, and Suicune can be caught by a fishing net. What he couldn't understand the most was that Palkia, the god of space, could be pulled from other spaces by Hoopa, and yet couldn't destroy the space. You might as well give this position of god of space to Hoopa. If Groudon hadn't been there to block it, that would have been a disgrace to Palkia. This aquatic trio is really lame, they are just like shrimp soldiers and crab generals among the mythical beasts. This led to him not having too many thoughts about the water-based mythical beasts. Seeing that Zhang Yu seemed to have misunderstood, Shui Jun rolled his eyes at him. I am just staying in the ball temporarily. I will leave after my injury is healed. Hearing what Suokun said, Zhang Yu couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Fortunately, he didn't have to waste the master ball, and the advanced ball was more than enough. Shuahun looked at Zhang Yu with some confusion, always feeling that he was thinking about something bad. A basement. Damn it, we didn't catch Suokun, and we lost 2 elite Pokémon. A man kicked the door angrily, his hands clenched into fists, a flush of anger appearing on his face. We still have a chance, a calm female voice sounded. The informant in the alliance gave the news that Suokun did not go to any healing center. With such serious injuries, that Suokun definitely can't run far. There are only 2 places it could go. The Villa Protection Area and the Secret Water Realm, said the man who gradually calmed down. The Water Secret Realm is unlikely. It won't trust the alliance anymore, the woman gave the final answer. It's not suitable to take any action tonight. There are Magic City inspectors everywhere. Have your men investigate the owner of the villa that Sui-kun often visits. In another secret room, several men in black sat around a round table. There are guards everywhere in the Demon City right now, so it's not a good time for us to attack. No, the most dangerous place is the safest place. The most dangerous moment may be the safest moment. Those 2 mysterious kings have already attracted our attention. The alliance must have thought that the enemy had been defeated and was preparing to retreat. This period of time may be the weakest time for defense. Maybe, let's wait a few days and see. It is good. Zhang Yu looked at the advanced ball in his hand and felt a little unbelievable. In just 3 months, he had come into contact with 3 mythical beasts, Ho-Oh, Mage Arna, and Suokun. This kind of progress is not embarrassing for the time traveler, right? Just when Zhang Yu was feeling proud, a red light flashed and Suokun came out by himself. Sure enough, the high-level ball is just a decoration to Suokun. Will the data in this Pokeball not be known to the Alliance? No, this is not the League's advanced ball. The League cannot find this ball, Zhang Yu explained. After hearing this, Suokun could finally relax and lay on the ground tiredly. Zhang Yu thought about it and felt that this house was not safe. Let's go to the basement. If we are attacked, the basement can help us defend ourselves. Not long after, Zhang Yu brought Suokun, Alakazam, and Jengar to the basement. He said to Jengar and Alakazam seriously, I need you 2 to guard the area around the villa tonight. Take out the system energy block and have dinner together in the basement. Suokun and Alakazam, who tasted the system energy cubes for the first time, had their eyes light up. They nodded from time to time with expressions of enjoyment on their faces and ate very elegantly. However, the speed at which the energy cubes decreased was not elegant at all. In order to reward these big guys, he spent a lot of money and kept exchanging energy cubes. His life is closely related to these people, so he must not be careless. After Jengar and Alakazam finished eating, they left the basement. Seeing this, Zhang Yu summoned other Pokémon. He was not worried that Suokun would leak Majerna's information. After all, he was helping Suokun so much. Although Suokun's status was a bit low, he still had the dignity of a divine beast. It was no exaggeration to say that the relationship between the other party and the alliance was tense. Suokun, who had a very comfortable look on his face, widened his eyes to the size of copper bells after Mage Arna appeared, and looked at Mage Arna with an incredible expression. This Pokémon, hiss, has the potential to become a god? Chapter 81. The potential to become a god? Is it related to Majerna's talent? What does it mean to have the potential to become a god? Zhang Yu asked expectantly. I don't know either. This is my innate feeling as a member of the Divine Beast tribe. Is it just an instinctive reaction? Zhang Yu thought. Then Suokun turned his attention to the burning bug. Sure enough, this burning bug is very special. Hearing Suokun's words, Zhang Yu's eyes lit up. Could it be that Suokun knew the origin of the burning bug? Do you know the origin of the burning bug? Zhang Yu looked at Suokun with hopeful eyes. I have no idea. Suokun responded with a big eye roll. It seemed as if I felt that I knew nothing in front of Zhang Yu, which was a bit embarrassing. Our clan leader must know. Clan leader. It is the Suokun who has a divine position in your eyes. Tisk, it's useless to say it since he can't see it anyway. The three little ones stood beside Zhang Yu and looked at the Suicune. Shui Yuiyu sensed a power in Suicune that was stronger than that of his father, and couldn't help but feel longing for him. Magiana seemed to understand something and communicated with the other party with some curiosity. The burning bug glanced at Suicune and then turned its attention to the energy block. After seeing the leaping fish, Shuahun had an idea. He felt that he should do something, otherwise he would lose face as a divine beast in front of Zhang Yu. I think this little guy is very talented. To thank you for your help, I decided to teach it something. Is there anything you want it to learn? Hearing what Shui Jun said, Zhang Yu called Shui Jun to come up. Suicune's best skill is definitely the control of water energy. Secondly, I took a look at Suicune's skill pool. The skills that water leap fish can learn include water wave, avalanche, surfing, water cannon, water burst, and waterfall climbing. When he saw the last two skills, he knew that these were moves that water leap fish must learn, the few physical moves of the water system. The water leap fish can only learn waterfall climbing now, and water flow breaking can only be acquired through learning after it evolves. The primary goal now is to learn avalanche and waterfall climbing. It's time to learn the avalanche skill book that I bought on the black market. Let Suicune teach me the experience of using avalanche, which can save a lot of time in learning it. The use of energy, water waves, avalanches, surfing, water cannons, water flow bursts and waterfall climbing. Prioritize waterfall climbing and avalanches. Zhang Yu listed all the things he wanted to learn without any embarrassment. You really don't think of me as a patient? Then let's start with energy, waterfall climbing and avalanches. Hearing that such a powerful Pokémon was going to teach it moves, Aqualad quickly took a few bites of the energy cubes. Before he could swallow them, his cheeks bulged and he looked at Suicune with anticipation. A few days later in the morning, in order to help Suicune recover sooner, he used the power of Tokiwa desperately every night, but was already drained dry by Suicune. His face looked extremely tired, his eye sockets were deeply sunken, with thick dark circles under his eyes, his hair was messy, and he looked listless. Only when Suicune's strength is restored can he feel safe enough. Not long after, he arrived at the secret realm. The security there was stricter than usual and the inspection procedures were more complicated. It took him a long time to reach the training ground. In the training ground, the focus of everyone's discussion is still on Suicune, and the topics revolve around whether Suicune has been caught, the identities of the two mysterious kings, whether there is a traitor within the alliance, etc. Little did they know that the sacred water god in their hearts was hanging around Zhang Yu's waist. After the students had gathered, Tang Kainu looked extremely unhappy, and said to everyone in a slightly serious tone, "The magic city is not peaceful recently. Everyone should pay attention to their own safety and reduce unnecessary outings. Today, the teacher will teach you the water wave move. The techniques used for wave-type moves are very different. Once you learn the trick of water wave, you have already learned half of the other types of wave. In the water wave move, the key is the vibration of water energy. The stronger the vibration, the easier it is to confuse the opponent. As for the vibration of water energy, it depends on how proficient you are in the energy control you learned some time ago. Those who are not proficient in energy control should go back and continue practicing. Slowpoke, show them normal water waves." I saw a water ring condensed in front of the slowpoke. The whole water ring was vibrating slightly, and then the water ring hit the stone in front of it, and the whole stone was covered with cracks. Some students curled their lips. Is this the water wave? Even his Squirtle water gun is more powerful than this. Another water ring appeared. This time the vibration amplitude of the water ring was significantly increased compared to the previous one. Students 5 meters away could feel the vibration transmitted in the air. With a loud bang, another stone was shattered and turned into a pile of millstones that dissipated in the air. Everyone looked at the result of the water fluctuation in shock. They knew that it was easy to break a stone, but it was not so easy to smash it into pieces. Slowpoke, show them how to vibrate unstable water waves. Another water wave appeared. Although the amplitude of this water wave was also large, it gave people a feeling of instability. It seems as if the vibrations of each water element are in conflict. Instead of vibrating together in one direction, each is vibrating on its own, causing the vibrations between the water elements to cancel each other out. Before the water waves hit the stone, they dissipated in the air due to unstable vibrations. You see the difference between the two. Energy vibrations cannot be in the same frequency. Instead, it will affect the power of the moves and reduce the chance of confusing the opponent. Now everyone start practicing water waves. Those who haven't learned it yet should try to control the water energy to resonate at the same frequency. Those who have learned it should try to practice to increase the power of water waves. In the early stages, water wave is a powerful move that has a chance to cause chaos, and can shine in the high school cup. After arriving at an open space, Shoyu tried to create a water ring after listening to Zhang Yu's explanation, and then moved the slightly vibrating water ring forward continuously. Unfortunately, the water ring suddenly exploded during the movement. The water-leaping fish repeated it once more, and the water ring still exploded in the middle. Zhang Yu thought for a while and said, "Water leap fish, let's start practicing in 2 steps. The first step is to try to increase the vibration of the water ring. When you are familiar with the vibration of the water ring, we will proceed to the second step, combining vibration with movement." "It is good." The water-leaping fish nodded heavily, and slowly became familiar with the vibration of the water ring until the vibration exceeded the limit of the water-leaping fish's control. After seeing the water-leaping fish gradually become familiar with the vibration of the water ring, Zhang Yu turned his attention to the burning worm. During this period, the burning bug has undergone earth-shaking changes compared to before. The release of its moves is more than twice as fast as before. This is the benefit of learning to control energy. The skill proficiency has also been greatly improved. It can be said that the current burning bug can use all moves except some special moves. Sometimes Zhang Yu couldn't help but sigh that talent far outweighs hard work. Just as Zhang Yu was training the burning bug skill proficiency, Tang Yuxuan came over. Chapter 82. It's time to take action. There are fewer patrol officers in the alliance recently. Do you know where that boy went? It has been thoroughly investigated. The owner of the villa has been thoroughly investigated. Xia Shuhua, a well-known doctor of evolution in China, was protected by the alliance due to the previous attack. The one living in the villa now is her son. What does a child have to do with Suokun? The mysterious man asked doubtfully. According to investigation, this child may not necessarily be an ordinary person. His starting Pokémon is a burning bug. He is definitely not an ordinary person, he might be a fool, the man sneered. Don't interrupt, listen to me. When he was in the capital before, the Phoenix King appeared. The reason for his appearance is unknown. He also has the power of Evergreen. Make guesses based on bold assumptions and careful verification. If the King of Phoenix appeared in the capital because of this child, then it is completely reasonable to conclude that Suokun went to find him. Suokun was in no condition to escape at that time, and since it didn't trust the alliance, it wouldn't have gone looking for it. This boy is completely worthy of Suokun's trust. He also has the power of Tokiwa and can help Suokun recover. At the same time, according to Suokun's previous footprints, it perfectly matches the boy's travel pattern. In other words, Suokun has been following this boy, leaving early and returning late. Maybe he is protecting this boy. Hiss. Does that mean this boy might be the one chosen by Ho-Oh? The man gasped. It is possible. Then we. The man in black robe had a sinister, ferocious, and greedy expression on his face and licked his dry lips faintly. Zhang Yu looked up and saw the person coming. He was a little confused and asked, "Miss, what are you doing here again?" Tang Yuxuan was seen playing with her hair, her eyes wandering, a little shy, blushing slightly, and said, "Zhang Yu, can we fight?" "Let's fight, why are you doing this? If someone doesn't know, they would think I did something to you." Zhang Yu was speechless. Zhang Yu looked nonchalant. "Let's fight, but the only Pokémon with similar strengths between us are Smelly and Squidward, but Smelly." It's not that Zhang Yu looks down on Tang Yuxuan, but the fighting power of the ugly fish, if the fighting power of the Carp King is called a loser. Ugly Achuyu can be called a weakling in combat, catching up with Caterpillar and Unicorn. Although they are both fish, the water leap fish can defeat 10 clownfish. Well, ugly fish. Tang Yuxuan felt a little embarrassed and threw the pokeball without any explanation. A red light flashed, and an elegant snake-like body appeared in front of Zhang Yu. Pokémon, Mean Xiao. Attribute, Water. Gender female. Features, Magical Scales. Level, 16. Qualification, King level. Moves. The appearance of the melodic is similar to that of a sea snake, with a cream-colored body, red eyes and 3 black spots below its neck. It has a relatively long head with a bump on top, and its eyebrows extend away from the body, with the area where they connect to the eyelids being cream-colored and the rest being mostly red. There are also red hair like fins covering the sides of its head. Its tail is covered in blue and pink scales with black stripes, and the 4 large blue scales overlapping at the end of the tail have a red oval pattern in the center. Zhang Yu stared at the Mean Xiao in front of him in amazement, muttering, "So beautiful, but is Mean Xiao really this big?" He finally understood why Tang Yuxuan was so shy. It turned out that the ugliest fish had evolved into a melodic. The racial value of melodic is 540, and how much is that of aqualad? 310. Speaking of a battle, I estimate that melodic can beat 10 water leapers. Isn't this obviously an attempt to bully Shuiyu? The average length of a melodic is 6.2 meters, but mine can only be 6.7 meters. Tang Yuxuan explained to Zhang Yu, and then said, "You know, we are the only 2 Pokémon here that we have just received. I feel that their strengths are similar." Zhang Yu looked at Tang Yuxuan with a strange look. "I didn't expect you to be such a black-hearted person. Tang Yuxuan, do you have any misunderstanding about the strength?" When the Shuiyu saw that the opponent actually came to fight with it, how could it, as a future strong man, be timid? "Come on, I can't wait." "Zhang Yu?" Zhang Yu looked at Shuiyu with a question mark on his face. "Do you have any serious brain disease? What are you so impatient for? Are you impatient to be abused?" However, Zhang Yu did not shirk the responsibility. The powerful opponent was just right for him to test the results of Shuiyu's recent training. Seeing Zhang Yu agreed, the 2 came to a remote battlefield. Water leap fish looked at Melodic with great fighting spirit. Melodic glanced at the water leaping fish proudly, then turned around and tidied up his hair. "Mean Xiao, fight seriously," Tang Yuxuan said in a rare stern tone. After hearing the trainer's words, Melodic finally showed a serious attitude. The 2 looked at each other and nodded at the same time, and the battle began. Water leaping fish, get close to it, and harass it with falling rocks while running. Zhang Yu has no habit of letting go, not to mention the opponent's huge advantage. While running, water leap fish picked up rocks and threw them at Minas. After some rocks hit Minas, Minas just frowned. The difference in racial values is too big, and there is also an obvious gap in levels. Shuiyu just reached level 11 2 days ago and entered the novice period. As expected, it cannot cause obvious damage. Mean Xiao, water flow ring. Suddenly, a water ring appeared on Melodic's body, covering it from head to tail, and the little damage caused by the water leap fish was restored. Seeing the other party's actions, Zhang Yu curled the corners of his mouth and said, "You are really serious." However, the other party also let up and did not stop the water leaping fish from approaching. Water leap fish, use rock smash and bite at the same time. If one move cannot cause obvious damage, then use 2 moves together. However, Shuiyu has not tried this, so he can only see the effect in actual combat. Water leap fish leaped up with all its might, raised its fist in the air and hit Melodic heavily, but Melodic used its physical advantage to catch the broken rock from water leap fish. However, after taking the rock crusher, some changes occurred in Melodic's body. Was the effect of the rock crusher triggered? Zhang Yu's eyes lit up. As long as the water leaping fish could bite and hit, it could cause considerable damage. Mean Xiao, tornado. I saw wind and waves rolling up around Mean Xiao, getting bigger and bigger, and finally forming a tornado, which directly hit the water leap fish and blew it away. Although the tornado was less powerful, it still caused great damage to the water fish due to its racial value advantage. Shuiyu struggled to stand up. Zhang Yu knew that this was the last blow and Shuiyu could not withstand the opponent's second attack. Water leaping fish, don't be afraid, release the final self-sacrificing charge. The water leaping fish burst out with amazing fighting spirit, and an inexplicable water energy appeared around it. The water leaping fish suddenly sprinted, and its speed stunned Zhang Yu and Tang Yuxuan, and it approached Melodic in an instant. He leaped up and charged straight towards Melodic. With a loud bang, the huge body of Melodic was knocked away by the water leap fish. The water leap fish staggered and fell to the ground due to the counter-injury from the self-sacrificing collision. Minas, waves of water. After coming back to his senses, Melodic was a little angry. He was actually knocked away by such a weak Pokémon. It was really embarrassing. The water leaper, unable to get up, was directly hit by the water wave of Melodic and lost its ability to fight. Brother Wang, look, Sister Tang is going to look for that poor boy again, a student said to Wang Yeyu with ill intention. Wang Yeyu smiled confidently and said, "Don't worry, Brother Wang, I will let him know today that the gap between him and me is like heaven and earth. A fairy egg suddenly appeared in his empty hand. Wang, Brother Wang, how did you do this? The students around were shocked to see that Wang Yeyu had transformed into an Pokémon egg. You don't know this, do you? Wang Yeyu took in their shock and showed a satisfied expression on his face. This is a new space backpack developed by the Alliance. My dad spent a lot of effort to get it. Space backpack? Is it the space backpack I imagined? However, Wang Yeyu did not explain too much. He put the Pokémon egg back, put his hands behind his back, shook his head, and walked towards Zhang Yu with a mysterious smile on his face. Chapter 83. After the battle, Tang Yuxuan couldn't help but exclaim, the final attack power of the water leap fish is too strong. If it is as powerful as melodic, I can't imagine how powerful the final self-sacrificing collision is. Zhang Yu held the unconscious water leap fish in his arms, used the power of Changpan, and joked with Tang Yuxuan, it's over. Your mean shao must be on the mind of my water leap fish. Tang Yuxuan tilted her head and showed a strange expression. Can water leap fish and melodic lay eggs? Zhang Yu? What are you thinking about? What kind of lewd words are these? I didn't expect you to be like this, Tang Yuxuan. Zhang Yu gave Tang Yuxuan a speechless look and said, what are you thinking about? I said that Shui Yu must be thinking about how to defeat your melodic in the future. Hearing Zhang Yu's words, Tang Yuxuan's face immediately turned red. Her whole face was rosy and extremely attractive, which stunned Zhang Yu, a straight man. Ahem, let's do it again when the water leap fish evolves. Zhang Yu quickly coughed twice to ease the embarrassment. What? What are you doing? Do you want to do it again? A cry of surprise rang in the ears of the two. These ambiguous words made Tang Yuxuan blush as if blood was about to drip out. The owner of the voice, Wang Yeyu, obviously had no idea that the two had just gone through an exercise. He was daydreaming and looked at the two in shock. You guys, in broad daylight, actually. Wang Yeyu pointed at the two of them and looked at the blushing Tang Yuxuan with an expression of disbelief. I originally wanted Zhang Yu to face reality, but he heard something he shouldn't have heard. His heart is about to break. Zhang Yu sighed. These little brats are so annoying. Tang Yuxuan came back to her senses and said unhappily, Zhang Yu and I were fighting just now. Who? Wang Yeyu stroked his slightly plump body and said, I knew it, how could Tang Yuxuan be this kind of person? Then he looked at Zhang Yu with an unfriendly look. This guy is almost leading Tang Yuxuan astray. No, he must be kept away from Tang Yuxuan. Ahem. Wang Yeyu pretended that nothing had happened, then raised his hands and said to the two of them mysteriously, there's nothing on my hands, right? Zhang Yu and Tang Yuxuan nodded in cooperation. Let me show you a magic trick. Wang Yeyu suddenly had an Pokémon egg in his hands. He then looked at Zhang Yu with a smug look on his face, obviously very satisfied with the other's shocked expression. See, this is something you can never buy in your lifetime. The moment Zhang Yu saw the egg, he obviously lost his composure. Damn it! This egg? Aluminum steel dragon? Isn't this the aluminum steel dragon egg that was auctioned on the black market? Zhang Yu was shocked. He didn't expect that it was bought by Wang Yeyu's family. Space backpack? Tang Yuxuan asked uncertainly. She had heard from her parents that the Alliance would soon be selling this backpack on a large scale. Wang Yeyu was stunned. He didn't expect Tang Yuxuan to know this. However, he was relieved when he thought about the other party's identity. He came here mainly to attack Zhang Yu and show off in front of Tang Yuxuan. Yes, the space backpack. The Alliance will sell it on a large scale in the future. This backpack is 5 cubic meters. This small backpack costs 200 million yuan, 200 million yuan. Wang Yeyu kept repeating 200 million yuan in front of Zhang Yu. Zhang Yu didn't hear clearly what Wang Yeyu said. The moment he saw the aluminum steel dragon, he suddenly shuddered and thought of the black market. He remembered that Suokun was in invisible state in the black market. According to Suokun himself, he paid great attention to his own safety and was usually in invisible state. So how did the other party discover Suokun's footprints? Suokun informed the Alliance before purifying the water? Considering that it has been following him for so long, the Alliance should not have required Suokun to be purified on a specific day. In other words, Suokun decides when to purify the water source based entirely on his own preferences? Then how did the other party accurately discover Suokun's whereabouts? Do we have to wait all the way to Jinchatan? This is indeed possible, and the possibility is not small. He was a little hesitant to think in other directions. For example, the Alliance had a way to discover Suokun's invisibility. Then hiss. Zhang Yu took a breath, then he is definitely very dangerous, okay? Shui Jun followed him every day for some time, there is no reason for the other party not to investigate him. If this assumption is true, then we are doomed. Now Suokun has disappeared and become a coward, but I am still outside. Thinking of this, Zhang Yu panicked instantly. Damn it, Shuahun, you old bastard. I thought a divine beast would be able to carry him, but this one directly led him into a pit. It would be better for him to develop on his own. It seems that the task issued by the system is not only to help Suokun, but also to let him save himself. Damn, why didn't he think of it at that time, otherwise he wouldn't be so passive now. Is there a possibility that the two mysterious kings have been arrested by the Alliance? No, anything concerning your life cannot be thought of so positively, you must prepare for the worst. By the way, you can judge whether you are in a safe state based on whether the system tasks are completed. That means he is really in danger now. He had to find a way to save himself, there was no way he could go home by himself. Zhang Yu's eyes suddenly lit up. Oh, right? Can I live in the water secret realm and not go out? No, no one except the guardian can stay in the water secret realm. Moreover, the magic city was recently attacked by the King of Heaven, and the guards are extremely strict. Who can protect him? Zhang Yu's mind quickly flashed through the names of people he knew. Ant Tang. Yes, find Ant Tang. Ant Tang's strength is hidden. Ant Tang's father is a king. It is possible that he left a king-level Pokémon by Ant Tang's side to protect her. There's a chance, but I have to tell Ant Tang about Suokun, otherwise she will definitely think that I'm taking advantage of her. Seeing Zhang Yu in a daze, Wang Yeyu became more and more happy. As expected, this poor boy was frightened out of his wits when he heard about the 2 million. Next, he planned to give him a strong dose of medicine. So he looked filthy and whispered to the two of them, "Do you know what kind of Pokémon egg this is?" Zhang Yu, who was preoccupied with his thoughts, did not notice Wang Yeyu, but Tang Yuxuan showed a curious expression. Seeing Tang Yuxuan's expression, Wang Yeyu felt extremely satisfied. He raised his head slightly, closed his eyes, and very gentlemanly trimmed his temples, tidied up his appearance, and said very formally, "This is an aluminum steel dragon egg." What? Tang Yuxuan was obviously shocked by this fact. As a member of the Tang family, she knew the situation behind this Pokémon too well. She looked at Wang Yeyu with some concern and said, "You'd better be careful. This is not an ordinary Pokémon." Wang Yeyu acted very calmly, "Don't worry, this is the Magic City, who dares to come here to mess things up?" But her eyes were looking at Zhang Yu, with some contempt for him in her heart. A mere 2 million made you lose your mind, and you still have the nerve to stand next to Tang Yuxuan? Zhang Yu came back to his senses and suddenly asked Tang Yuxuan excitedly, "Is Aunt Tang here? I want to talk to her about something." Tang Yuxuan was obviously frightened by Zhang Yu's excited expression. In her eyes, Zhang Yu was different from his peers. He was always calm and expressionless. He usually had a very cold expression. She had never seen him so excited before. She couldn't help but feel a little flustered. "Mom, she won't be back today. The Alliance has summoned gym-level trainers to clean up some criminals in the Magic City." Chapter 84. Hearing Tang Yuxuan's words, Zhang Yu's mood instantly fell to the bottom. He was in trouble, as he only had the top-level Alakazam that his mother left him last time. The last black market incident made Xiaoxuhua very worried about the danger of her son, so she left Alakazam with Zhang Yu. But Alakazam was obviously no match for the other 4 top-level Pokémon, so he could only run away with him. Do we have to rely on Alakazam to buy time and wait for rescue from the Alliance? Damn, this is too dangerous. He originally thought he could just watch the show, but he didn't expect that the clown was actually himself, and he was being used as bait without even realizing it. Hey, I wonder what kind of combat power Suokun has now, whether he can resist 1 or 2 opponents. Judging from Suokun's previous state, I'm afraid he can't even resist one of the opponent's Pokémon. Alakazam can be counted as half due to his advantage of instant teleportation. This means that the other side has 3 more Peak King level combat forces. As expected, he still needed to ask for help. Zhang Yu put his hands in his pockets. Last time he went to the black market, his mother gave him her SOS device. He used it once during the last black market incident, but cancelled it midway. In this way, there is at least one king, but I don't know how powerful this king is. Since he can hand over important members of the alliance to him, I think his strength should not be too bad. The enemy is in the dark, I am in the light. The disadvantage is mine. In fact, there is still a chance, as long as we can survive their surprise attack. Can the alliance tolerate the same group of superstars causing trouble in the Magic City twice? Absolutely not. What kind of turtle can withstand being hit in the face twice? The alliance will surely be determined to eliminate the other side. So, he only had to survive one attack, but that would expose his relationship with Suokun. This result has both good and bad sides. At least the League will regard him as a rookie trainer who has a close relationship with Suokun. There should be many people in the alliance who are close to the mythical beasts. Forget it, don't think too well. If I can deal with Suokun this time, I can deal with him next time. The disadvantages are also obvious. Some underground organizations that have unclear ideas about the mythical beasts may set their sights on him. Shit, now that he thinks about it, he's really unlucky. He originally wanted to stay there until Mage Arna and the Burning Worm stood up, but before they could stand up, he was forced to stand up. In this case, his relationship with Suokun will definitely be exposed, and he can't just be bait for the alliance for nothing. We must take advantage of the alliance and Suokun. It was such a loss. The more Zhang Yu thought about it, the more he felt that he had lost. He didn't gain anything and got himself into trouble. Wang Yeyu felt a little bored when he saw Zhang Yu's absent-minded look, so he shook his head and left. He planned to have a good talk with Zhang Yu after leaving the secret realm today, so that he could realize his actual situation, give up his unrealistic fantasies, and keep a distance from Tang Yuxuan. What's wrong with you? Tang Yuxuan felt that something was wrong with Zhang Yu today and asked with concern. Zhang Yu was stunned. Nothing. Then he hurriedly asked, under what circumstances will the guardian of the secret realm leave the secret realm? Tang Yuxuan thought for a moment and said, my grandfather would not leave the secret realm unless there were serious special circumstances, such as a war between allies. Because there was a precedent before. After the guardian of a secret realm was lured away, the entire secret realm was looted by a certain organization. That was the heaviest loss the alliance suffered. If it weren't for the dozens of League kings and champions who tried their best to stop it abroad, I'm afraid the League would have lost Bang Ira's Land Shark and Desert Dragonfly clan at that time. I heard from many old people that the entire League was in preparation for the war, and many champions had already assembled. Speaking of this, although she had never seen a real battle, Tang Yuxuan still had an expression of fear and terror on her face. After that, the guardians of the secret realm are not allowed to go out. Moreover, the Magic City is unstable now, so it is impossible for my grandfather to go out. After hearing what Tang Yuxuan said, Zhang Yu's heart was ignited with a raging fire of gossip, and he kept shouting in his heart, why don't you tell me? However, he did not ask in detail, as this would affect his image as a cold and taciturn boy in Tang Yuxuan's mind. At the same time, in his mind, he has raised the danger level of this world to the highest level in the Pokémon world. Damn, they invade when they say they invade, they rob when they say they rob, is it really that outrageous? No wonder the textbooks say that Banguilas is a Pokémon unique to the Shenzhou Alliance, but Banguilas can be found in countries all over the world, especially that tiny country that claims every day that the origin of Banguilas is in their country. Even if some of the Banguilas were recovered at the beginning, I'm afraid some of them would have been leaked out. As for why they were not recovered in full, it is probably the will of the whole world. The Alliance can only swallow this bitter fruit in the end. Of course, there are more than just the Banguilas family of quasi-gods in the world. I'm afraid similar things have happened in other countries as well. After knowing these secrets, Zhang Yu knew that the plan to find the guardian of the water secret realm to resolve this crisis would most likely fail. He sighed, it seemed that he could only rely on himself this time. Whether you can be promoted to champion depends on this one move. The mysterious man took a deep breath and looked ahead steadily. Yes, we have been preparing for this for several years, the mysterious woman comforted him. At the same time, after today's training time ended, Zhang Yu did not leave immediately, but waited for a long time. Similarly, Wang Yeyu, who wanted to chat with Zhang Yu, also waited for a long time. He only found Zhang Yu after all his friends left. Zhang Yu frowned and looked at Wang Yeyu walking towards him, feeling confused. What was going on? Why did he come to see me so late? Could he be? At this moment, Zhang Yu's alert level reached its highest point. Wang Yeyu came to Zhang Yu and said to him with a slight sigh, Tang Yuxuan is beautiful and kind, has a good figure, a good family background, and is a good person. I know you like her, and many people like her, but I advise you to give up. There is no such thing as a toad eating swan meat in the real world. Grass. When Zhang Yu heard what Wang Yeyu said, he felt it was extremely outrageous. I'm scared here, and you're telling me these things? Zhang Yu ignored the other party, stood up with a gloomy face and left the secret realm. Wang Yeyu was secretly delighted when he saw the change in Zhang Yu's expression. He thought that it really touched his heart. Then he stood up and followed Zhang Yu, constantly persuading Zhang Yu to give up Tang Yuxuan. Impatient Zhang Yu said unhappily, I have no interest in Tang Yuxuan, just don't bother me, and you'd better stay away from me, your life will be in danger. After leaving the water secret realm, Wang Yeyu saw that Zhang Yu was finally moved by him, and he couldn't help but feel happy. Don't worry, brother, since you are giving me face like this, I won't let you suffer. When the time comes, I will introduce you to a girl who is good in all aspects, and I guarantee you will be satisfied. Don't be afraid. If anyone dares to bully you, tell me, my brother. I'm good at finding trouble. Wang Yeyu looked high-spirited. The target has appeared, prepare to attack. Suddenly, the clear weather turned dark in an instant, the drifting clouds were blown away by an unknown wind, lightning flashed in the sky, powerful electric currents gathered together, and a ball of energy composed of electrical energy suddenly appeared. There was a sharp explosion, and beyond everyone's reaction, it shot towards Zhang Yu and Wang Yeyu. Chapter 85. Before anyone could react, the sky suddenly became bright and people subconsciously covered their eyes with their hands. A huge ball of lightning energy came crashing down. Suddenly, a deafening roar broke the tranquility of the city. The lightning energy ball exploded instantly like a violent beast. Immediately afterwards, a deep pit with a radius of 5 meters appeared in the peaceful city like a miracle. Under such a powerful attack, the surrounding high-rise buildings were like fragile sand castles, completely unable to resist this destructive force. They were completely destroyed in an instant, turning into piles of ashes that drifted in the air with the wind. At the center of the target, the shock wave caused by the electromagnetic gun swept all targets within a 10-kilometer radius. Glass fragments, documents, cars, people, and all kinds of things that could be found everywhere appeared strangely in the air, and flew out of the center as if they were being knocked away, mixed with countless cries, screams, and cries for help. The whole city seemed to have experienced a catastrophe. The magic city, which had been gradually returning to peace, was once again awakened by the alarm. The target was not killed. Is that Suokun? It seems that God is blessing us. Not only does he allow us to take revenge, but he also gives us the opportunity to subdue Suokun. A group of people looked at Suokun greedily. One Suokun is nothing to be afraid of. After dealing with that little fat guy, subdue Suokun and retreat quickly. Outside the explosion, the mysterious man and woman who were planning to take action were caught off guard by the sudden attack. If their Pokémon hadn't automatically appeared from the Pokeball, they would probably have become corpses at this moment. What's going on, this attack? The mysterious man looked a little scared. Are other people also targeting Suokun? Although the mysterious woman's voice was calm, she could not hide her anger. No one would be in a good mood if they were almost killed. You're looking for death. Suokun can only be ours. When the smoke cleared, only a blue figure appeared at the center of the explosion. Suokun. Zhang Yu and Wang Yeyu fell down behind Shui Jun with pale faces, unable to recover from the explosion for a while. Zhang Yu's eyes revealed a deep fear. It was almost there. If it wasn't for Suokun appearing from the advanced ball in time and using protection to block the move, I'm afraid he would have. His heart was beating unusually fast and he looked up at Suokun. Fortunately, he had Suokun with him. I feel a little relieved but also extremely angry at the same time, you people, you organizations that don't care about other people's lives. His eyes were extremely fierce, like a lone wolf that had been hungry for a month and was looking for prey at the last moment of its life, trying to find the attacker. Wang Yeyu came back to his senses, looked at Shui Jun, then looked at Zhang Yu, stammered and pointed at Zhang Yu and Shui Jun, you, Sui Jun. For a moment I couldn't believe my eyes and thought I was hallucinating. Zhang Yu took a deep breath, trying to calm himself down, turned his head to look at Wang Yeyu, and forced a smile. So, I told you it's dangerous to follow me. The frightened Wang Yeyu obviously didn't know what to say and his whole body was shaking. Seeing this, Zhang Yu frowned, obviously not having the time to take care of Wang Yeyu. He said impatiently, "Run quickly, I'm afraid they will come again later." Although Wang Yeyu had been disgusting him recently, it was just jealousy between children, and Zhang Yu had no intention of dealing with him. Wang Yeyu came back to his senses and picked up the phone tremblingly. He said to Zhang Yu in a tone that was about to cry, "Hurry, let's go. As long as we hold on for a while, the alliance will arrive." After saying that, he stood up tremblingly, grabbed Zhang Yu's hand and pretended to run away. Hearing this, Zhang Yu sighed and shook his head. At least Wang Yeyu was not a bad person. He even knew to escape with him. At the critical moment of life and death, this was already better than many people. Their target is Suakun. I can't abandon Suakun. Get out of here and don't get in the way here, Zhang Yu said rudely and viciously. You be careful, don't try to be stubborn, hold on, and wait for me to call for help. Wang Yeyu also knew that staying here would only be a burden to Zhang Yu, so he staggered away, constantly pressing the phone in his hand as he ran away. Hey, Zhang Yu knew that now was the most critical moment, and hurriedly summoned Alakazam. As expected, the opponent didn't know that he had an Alakazam. As long as he could delay the opponent, wait for the alliance's support, and capture the opponent, he and Suakun would be safe. He cannot leave now. Once he leaves, the other party will also leave, and he is afraid that the next attack will be more violent. There was no way he could bet that he would have such good luck every time to survive. He must rely on this chance to survive. Coming. Suakun and Alakazam suddenly looked somewhere. 100,000 volts. I saw several bolts of lightning coming and knocking Suakun away, causing him to roar in pain. A Pokémon similar to a metal flying saucer quickly approached Zhang Yu and his friends. When Zhang Yu saw the opponent's Pokémon clearly, he secretly said that something was wrong. But I am a little confused. Why is it this Pokémon? Were the other Pokémon of the opponent defeated when they were chased by the king? Pokémon, Magneton. Attribute, Electric Steel. Gender, Male. Features, Analysis. When using a move for the last time, the move's power will increase by 1/3. Level, 69. Qualification, King of Heaven. Moves. What the hell? Another Peak King? Since when have top trainers become so common? Moreover, Magneto's resistance to suicide is too excellent, and it can easily restrain Suakun and Alakazam. This is one of the opponent's Pokémon. You cannot engage it head-on. Instead, harass it indirectly and wait for rescue. Suakun, Meditation, Alakazam, Light Wall. After the opponent came in front of Zhang Yu, the two Pokémon completed their moves. Before the other party could speak, Zhang Yu took the lead and shouted trait swap to Hudi. Magneto's speed is inherently slower than Suakun and Alakazam. Once its analysis feature is triggered, it may be seriously injured if hit once. Suakun, Water Cannon. With life and death at stake, he would not foolishly wait for the other side to be ready for a fair fight. A water cannon with a radius of 5 m was shot towards the opponent like a cannonball. Seeing Zhang Yu's quick reaction, the other party's face darkened. Magneton, hold on. Then 100,000 volts. With a bang, water splashed everywhere. Magneto and its trainer appeared before them intact. Suddenly, a flash of lightning shuttled through the falling water droplets, and finally condensed into several lightning bolts that instantly hit Suakun. So fast! Zhang Yu, who had never experienced a battle between kings, did not expect the moves to be so fast. Zhang Yu looked at Suakun apologetically. Fortunately, due to the existence of the light wall, Suakun was able to endure the pain and take the attack. Good opportunity, the opponent defended and was forced out, and the speed was still very slow. Now the advantage is mine. Seeing that the other party was slow to summon the second Pokémon, Zhang Yu felt a little uneasy. Is the opponent too arrogant to fight Suakun with just a self-destructing Magneto? Since you gave him a chance, don't blame him for killing you, the self-destructing Magneto, in seconds. Magneto has many different moves, and he must be on guard. Alakazam, Provocation, Suakun, Meditation. Self-destruct Magneto, use electromagnetic waves on Alakazam, and quickly get rid of this Alakazam. Pretty. Zhang Yu couldn't help but cheer loudly for his own order. As expected, the opponent was eager to deal with his Alakazam, and the assistant was definitely the focus of everyone's attention in a group battle. If Alakazam is eliminated here, he will be close to death. Upon hearing Zhang Yu's order, the other king's face turned dark and he looked at Zhang Yu with extreme anger. I didn't expect that a superstar like me would be blocked by a little kid again and again. Just as he put his hands on his waist, a strong wind blew. Sniper Tree Owl and Electric Shock Monster are coming. Chapter 86. Seeing the Electric Beast and Sniper Tree Owl suddenly joining the battlefield, Zhang Yu's expression was dull and his brain was in a state of shutdown. Pokémon, Electric Shock Beast. Attribute, Electricity. Gender, Male. Features, Electric Engine. When attacked by electric attributes, it will not be damaged, but the speed will increase. Level, 69. Qualification, King of Heaven. Moves. Pokémon, Sniper Tree Owl. Attribute, Grass Ghost. Gender, Male. Features, Luxury. When HP is reduced to 1/3, the power of the move increases by 1.5 times. Level, 69. Qualification, King of Heaven. Moves. What's happening? Electric Shock Monster and Sniper Tree Owl? The other party was not caught by the alliance. Zhang Yu widened his eyes and slowly turned his head mechanically to look at Magneto. So who is he? Zhang Yu's mind was full of question marks, and he had 1,000 things he wanted to say to Suicune. Nobody, how many people are targeting you? The trainer who self-destructed Magneto didn't expect that the group that attacked Suicune would suddenly appear, and secretly cursed the alliance for being incompetent. The three parties just stared at each other closely, and no one dared to take action first. Triangles are known to have stability. However, this only applies when the forces of the three parties are not much different. The two kings looked at each other, and then locked their eyes on Zhang Yu. Seeing this, Zhang Yu cursed inwardly, the three kings can't even put their faces together, right? How dare they stare at a high school student like him and beat him? Suicune grabbed Zhang Yu's clothes and leaped back with him, putting some distance between him and the two kings. Hold on. There must be no problem with Alakazam, he was still counting on Alakazam to teleport him away. Seeing this opportunity, the three heavenly kings immediately launched an attack. Sniper Shooting Tree Owl Strange Light. Electric Shock Monster Kick Down. Magneton Cannon. Just when Zhang Yu was about to retreat, he saw that the two mysterious kings actually directed their attack at Magneto. A strange purple light accompanied by the electric shock monster instantly approached the self-destructive Magneto. Magneto, which was completely unprepared, showed a look of horror as it looked at the electric monster rushing towards it. Before Magneto could fire its beam cannon, it was quickly approached by Electabuzz, which then jumped high into the air, and kicked Magneto down while spinning in the air. With a bang, Magneto was kicked away and collided with the ground to form a huge crater. Magneto lay in it with a painful expression. A strange light followed and hit Magneto, who was about to explode. This sudden attack was obviously beyond the expectations of Magneto. The self-destructing Magneto King instantly turned around and glared at the two mysterious kings. Okay, don't blame me if you want to die. The mysterious male superstar licked his lips and said, you almost killed me, so I'll collect some interest first, understand, you idiot. As expected, no king is a fool. It seems that these two mysterious kings want to defeat each other, rob the thieves, and take Suicune all for themselves. In this case, no matter which superstar is being fought, Zhang Yu must help out. No matter who is eliminated, it will be in his best interest. Sniper Tree Owl Shadow Ball. Electric Shock Monster Kick. Suicune Water Cannon. Alakazam Spiritual Power. A huge amount of energy appeared around the four Pokémon, forming a field where they did not interfere with each other, and the sky was dyed with four colors. The ghost energy in front of the Sniper Tree Owl continued to condense into a heart-pounding dark purple energy ball. The electric monster clashed its fists together, its muscles bulged, and the thick blue veins under its skin kept throbbing. It roared, jumped up, and stomped down heavily. A huge water-shaped cannonball condensed in front of Suicune, containing endless energy, and blasted towards Magneto. A materialized wave of superpowers appeared around Alakazam and swept towards Magneto. The self-destructing Magneto in the crater could only watch helplessly as 4 deadly attacks came. Unfortunately, the opponent's protection was forced out by Suicune, and he could only take these 4 attacks head-on. Just when the attack was about to hit, the opponent's king threw out a Pokeball. 4 consecutive huge explosions sounded in the Demon City. A cloud of dust rose in the center of the battlefield. A huge shock wave swept in all directions. Zhang Yu covered his eyes and leaned behind Suicune, resisting the sudden shock wave. When the shock wave slowly faded away, Zhang Yu saw that the other party was covered by smoke, and he had a bad feeling in his heart. According to the law of smoke without injury, the other party. Soon the smoke and dust cleared, and Zhang Yu and the 2 mysterious kings took a deep breath. I saw a huge steel body standing in front of everyone. Pokémon, Aluminum Steel Bridge Dragon. Attribute, Steel Dragon. Gender, Male. Features, Endurance when attacked, Physical defense will increase. Level, 69. Qualification, King of Heaven. Moves. Oh shit, the King of Aluminum Steel Bridge Dragon? Why didn't you take out the top-notch Aluminum Steel Bridge Dragon earlier? If I knew this, I would just run away. Aluminum Bridge Dragon is completely comparable to a quasi-god, which means that they are now facing a quasi-champion level Pokémon. The opponent's strength suddenly far surpassed theirs. Zhang Yu and the 2 mysterious kings looked terribly gloomy. Thinking of the aluminum steel dragon egg that Wang Yeyu took out this morning, at this moment Zhang Yu finally knew who the other party's target was. It turned out that he was attacked just now because he was walking with Wang Yeyu. Damn it, Wang Yeyu, come back here. The 2 mysterious kings also knew that they were in trouble today and could not handle this aluminum steel bridge dragon well. Not to mention Suicune, both of them might fail here. The trainer of Aluminum Bridge Dragon is also terrifyingly gloomy. Once Aluminum Steel Bridge Dragon is exposed, it will be easy for the Alliance to find out his identity. I'm afraid his good days will be over by then. The situation is now awkward. Originally, Magneto was the weakest, but now he has become the strongest. The weakest one turned out to be Zhang Yu. The situation suddenly became awkward. If Zhang Yu is dealt with together, the next battle between the 2 kings for Suicune will probably last for a long time. There is a high probability that the alliance will arrive, and we will definitely not be able to escape then. But I am unwilling to leave like this. The 3 kings' eyes darkened and fierce gleamed in their glares. They would be hunted down by the alliance anyway, so why not leave without getting the benefits? Seeing the other person's eyes, Zhang Yu secretly said that something was wrong. The situation turned out to be what he least wanted to see. I'm afraid the other party will fight to the death. Who did? Zhang Yu shouted. Give it to me. Zhang Yu suddenly had superpowers different from usual. When the 3 heavenly kings saw this, they secretly thought that they were in trouble. Aluminum Steel Bridge Dragon Cannon Light Cannon. Sniper Tree Owl Shadow Ball. Electric Shock Monster 100,000 volts. Following the orders of the 3 heavenly kings, 3 suffocating moves were instantly launched, shooting straight towards Zhang Yu. Just when it was about to hit, the people around Zhang Yu, including Suicune and Alakazam, disappeared in an instant. Fuck. 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 Seeing Zhang Yu and Suicune disappear, the mysterious male king instantly became furious and kept cursing to vent his dissatisfaction. The mysterious female king didn't say anything, but it was not difficult to tell how bad her mood was from the gloomy look on her face. After spending so much time and even exposing the undercover in the alliance, it all ended in failure. Just to take that step towards becoming a champion. But they don't have a third chance. What they did has completely angered the alliance. Chapter 87. Zhang Yu instantly moved to a distant place and saw the shocking explosion at his previous location, and couldn't help but feel relieved. Fortunately, the League gave my mother Alakazam who can teleport, otherwise she might not have survived with other Pokémon. Alakazam, can you still sense the other party? Zhang Yu turned around and looked at Alakazam who looked a little tired. Okay, he nodded. Very good, the offense and defense have changed. Now he is the hunter and you are the prey. Run, try to run as far as possible, otherwise he will be bored. Attack him at will and treat his life as a joke. As a young man who has received a good compulsory education in the 21st century, reciprocity is a traditional virtue that he knows by heart. Zhang Yu licked his lips like the mysterious man, and the game of cat and mouse began. After seeing Zhang Yu and Suicune leave, the 3 heavenly kings looked at each other, pretended nothing had happened, put away their Pokémons and quickly left the scene. The accomplices waiting around quickly made various disguises to confuse the alliance. Just when the mysterious man and woman thought they were safe, a blue Pokémon suddenly jumped up from the sky above the building and looked at them intently. The mysterious male king, who was already angry, became even angrier when he saw Zhang Yu relentlessly tracking them, and he was thinking of dying together with him. The mysterious female superstar held his hand and shook her head, and the two of them walked into a building and disappeared. Zhang Yu frowned slightly, but did not chase too closely, because even a desperate dog will jump over the wall. You just need to sense the opponent within a certain range and wait for alliance support. Suicune, Alakazam, and Zhang Yu kept moving. Many people saw Suicune flying in the sky. Some people kept exclaiming and took out their mobile phones to take pictures. Just when Zhang Yu was feeling a little anxious, a huge fire-breathing dragon suddenly appeared in the sky, hovered for a while, and then landed beside Zhang Yu. Spirit, Charizard. Attributes, fire flying. Gender, male. Features, fierce fire. When HP is reduced to 1/3, the power of the move increases by 1.5 times. Level, 65. Qualification, King of Heaven. Moves. On the Charizard, a handsome man in his 30s looked Zhang Yu and Suicune up and down, and couldn't help but exclaimed, "Are the young people nowadays so terrifying that they can even subdue Suicune?" To make a long story short, my name is Long Junhao, the Dragon King, and I'm the distress device you used. Hearing the other party's words, Zhang Yu's eyes lit up and he nodded quickly. Dragon King? Is the alliance so powerful? It seems that this Charizard is not the opponent's main force. It's stable. He has already thought about the posture of lying flat. Then he hurriedly said, the attackers this time are the two mysterious kings who attacked Suicune in the Magic City a few days ago, and the other one is the king who has the aluminum steel bridge dragon. Long Junhao frowned, looking unconvinced. Aluminum steel bridge dragon? Are you sure? Okay. Zhang Yu described the appearance of the aluminum steel bridge dragon to Long Junhao. It's troublesome. This foreign superstar is really hard to deal with. Forget it, let someone else solve this problem. Take me to find the two mysterious kings. Beautiful. Giving priority to dealing with these two kings was exactly what Zhang Yu had in mind. After all, the aluminum steel bridge dragon probably attacked Zhang Yu for the aluminum steel dragon egg. The other two are different. If they run away, they will definitely target Zhang Yu. He doesn't want to be targeted by the two kings before he can realize his ambitions. I asked Alakazam to leave superpowers on them. This way, Zhang Yu said hurriedly. Not long after, Zhang Yu and Long Junhao arrived at a port on the edge of Demon City. I saw a group of people rushing around in the dark night, not knowing what they were doing. Is it really here? Long Junhao was a little confused. Sure, it's right here. Hu Dai said it might be in the boat. Okay. Then as the Charizard flew down, it spewed out a stream of fire in the sky, lighting up the sky. Alliance King Investigator, everyone stop what you are doing and accept the investigation. Soon, a sweaty manager came running over and said, hello, I don't know what happened. Such a huge explosion happened in the Magic City, and you didn't hear it. What else is going on? Long Junhao looked at the other person strangely. The person in charge said bitterly, I heard it, but it's so far away, it has nothing to do with us. Call everyone over here, including those on the ship. Open all the cargo. I want to check it. Dragon King ignored the other party. Hearing Dragon King's request, the person in charge said humbly, Dragon King, if we don't ship this batch of goods out today, we will be in breach of contract. Please be kind. We are so far away from the Magic City. How could the attack be related to us? Everyone has worked overtime for a week, and is just waiting for today to go home for the holiday. What do you think? There is an order from above to blockade the Magic City tonight. Dragon King did not waste time with the other party and directly moved out of the alliance. He knew that the longer he procrastinated, the more time the other party would have to prepare, and he might even have escaped. Seeing that Long Tianwang had such a tough attitude, the person in charge could only sigh and calculate his own losses in his heart. Soon after everyone gathered, Dragon King glanced at everyone and nodded, no problem. Seeing this, the person in charge was delighted and said, then we are fine. He quickly said to everyone, speed up the progress, finish this trip, and give him a month off. Wait, I said it's okay, but one of my little brothers hasn't spoken yet. Dragon King interrupted him and looked up into the distance. Suddenly, Hudi appeared. Two of the workers saw Hudi and secretly said something bad. Throw the Pokeball immediately. Two familiar figures appeared. Electric Shock Monster. Sniper shoots Tree Owl. Long Junhao, who had been prepared, summoned two other Pokémon. Gyarados. Fossil Pterosaur. Dragon King? Dragon type? Flying system? And when Zhang Yu saw the strength of these two Pokémon, he cried out that he had been cheated. If I had known that this Dragon King was so powerful. He won't come, okay? Pokémon, Gyarados. Attributes, water flying. Gender, male. Features, overconfidence. If you defeat the opponent, your attack will increase. Level, 65. Qualification, King of Heaven. Moves. Pokémon, Fossil Pterosaur. Attributes, rock flying. Gender, male. Features, hard head. When you use a move yourself, you will not be hurt by the reaction force. Level, 64. Qualification, King of Heaven. Moves. This is completely different from the Dragon King he imagined. Shouldn't this be the peak of the king? How come he is only in the middle stage of the Heavenly King? They both hit each other with their heads. Moreover, you, the king, are restrained by the opponent's electric shock monster blood. Gyarados has 4 times weak electricity, while Pteranodon and Charizard have 2 times weak electricity. Long Junhao obviously discovered the problem and said awkwardly, "Don't be afraid, young man. He was hunted by the Alliance before, so he must not be in his prime." Nonsense, he knew it, otherwise he would have escaped long ago. 5v2, the advantage is mine. Zhang Yu took a deep breath and decided that he must not let them leave today. Chapter 88. Seeing the Battle of the Kings break out, nearby workers summoned their Pokémon and fled. Out of concern for this group of people, Long Tianwang and Zhang Yu did not launch an attack. The opponent seized this opportunity and instantly launched a powerful move. Electric Shock Monster, discharge electricity. Sniper shoots at Tree Owl, stealth attacks. Alakazam, light wall, then reflection wall. Since 4 of our Pokémon were restrained by electric type attacks, the opponent decisively chose a large-scale AoE move. Dragon King had no choice but to ensure the safety of this group of people, so he could only let Charizard use his power to guard in front of the crowd. After seeing the opponent use the sneak attack, Zhang Yu had a bad feeling. Alakazam is twice as weak as Ghost, and is still the weakest of all Pokémon. If the enemy wants to escape, we must first reduce their numbers. Alakazam is undoubtedly the best target, and most importantly, the sneak attack can ignore the defense. Sure enough, after Alakazam added a wall of light to our side, a distorted space appeared behind us. Sniper Owl suddenly made a powerful attack on Alakazam from behind. Hudi screamed, staggered forward 2 steps, and fell to the ground with a thud. The opponent's sniper shot at Tree Owl, who was at the peak of his powers, and Alakazam had just reached the peak of his powers, so this system used its hidden spirit to launch a surprise attack and add restraint. Kill Alakazam in one move. Zhang Yu and Long Tianwang secretly thought that something was wrong. At the same time, Zhang Yu was afraid. If the opponent had not used the spirit attack on Alakazam to deal with another king, he would have died. 4v2, the situation took a turn for the worse in an instant. We must reduce the number of the enemy first. Zhang Yu and Long Tianwang looked at each other and understood each other's thoughts. Sniper shoots Tree Owl. Crush the fossilized pterosaur. Gyarados crushes it. Charizard flash charge. Suicune blizzard. The fossil pterosaur spread its huge wings, showing its sharp fangs, and flew out first. Gyarados followed closely behind with its bloody mouth opened wide. The Charizard rushed towards the opponent with flames all over its body. There was a fierce hurricane in the sky, mixed with a hint of snow. The hurricane continued to expand until it grew into a huge blizzard tornado that swept towards each other. Sniper the Tree Owl. Hold on. Electric Shock Monster. Bodybuilding. Upon hearing the other party's orders, Zhang Yu and Long Tianwang were furious. Electric Shock Monster, bodybuilding. Not only was a wave of big moves blocked, but it also gave the opponent's most difficult electric shock beast a chance to strengthen. We cannot allow the opponent to strengthen himself any further. Once he gives up the sniper shot at the Tree Owl, it will give the electric beast a chance to strengthen itself. 2 more bodybuilding sessions needed. Hiss, any one of their 4 Pokémon is just enough to hammer the opponent's electric beast with both hands and both feet. There is still a chance, the only chance is. Zhang Yu looked at Dragon King. If the other party did not have Pokémon to provoke him, then they must retreat now. King Longtian also understood that this was the most critical moment, and nodded to Zhang Yu with a serious expression. Hey, Zhang Yu took a deep breath, as long as there is still a chance. He didn't want the other party to escape and then have to live under the shadow of 2 top trainers. Gyarados, use Taunt on Electric Beast. Crush the fossilized pterosaur. Charizard Flash Charge. Suicune Blizzard. Sniper Shoot Tree Owl Downwind. Electric Shock Monster Bodybuilding. Sniper Owl quickly stood up and flapped its wings, and a breeze appeared under the feet of the 2 opposing Pokémon. Then, the Charizard, shining with the flame of victory, crashed into the Sniper Owl, and both flew out together. Then the fossil pterosaur opened its piercing mouth and bit the Sniper Tree Owl away, biting it hard a few times and throwing it away. The Sniper Tree Owl's body suddenly became weak, and the additional effect of biting took effect. The opponent's defense has been lowered. Before the Sniper Tree Owl could land on the ground, it was swept into the air by the blizzard again. When the snowstorm cleared, the Sniper Tree Owl was covered in wounds and fell to the ground tremblingly. The opponent's king was very greedy and still used bodybuilding, but fortunately he was interrupted by Gyarados' provocation. Zhang Yu and Long Tianwang were just about to breathe a sigh of relief when they saw the other party's sniper shooting technique at the tree owl, and their hearts sank. The opponent completely gave up on sniping the tree owl and used his life to assist the electric shock beast. I'm afraid it will take 4 Pokémon to attack together to defeat Sniper Owl, but in this way, 1 Pokémon will definitely be killed instantly by electric beast. Both sides understood that it was a critical moment. Everyone gritted their teeth and looked fierce. Fight! Crush the fossilized pterosaur. Gyarados crushes it. Charizard Flash Charge. When Zhang Yu saw the other person's eyes, he couldn't help but think of the other person's purpose of coming here. Thinking of what the other person had done, he suddenly understood something. Sui-kun. Zhang Yu blocked everything with this one command. Hearing Zhang Yu's order, Dragon King was furious and roared, "What are you doing?" At this moment, Long Tianwang regretted very much that he brought Zhang Yu here without thinking. He thought that with the help of Suicune, he could completely deal with the opponent. He never expected that Suicune's strength would regress to such an extent. Moreover, this child's command is so unreliable. Students are students, they are untrained, their mentality is so unstable, they are afraid of death, and they can't withstand a battle of this magnitude. The bravest will win when 2 meet in a narrow road. The more critical the moment, the more you cannot be afraid. If they missed this opportunity, both of them would die here. Sniper Tree Owl help. Electric Monster Crazy Volt. Beyond everyone's expectations, the other party gave up the opportunity to reduce their numbers and went straight for Suicune. The electric beast is extremely powerful, with violent lightning surrounding its body. Every step it takes is as shocking as a thunderclap, and every breath it takes is accompanied by a roar of thunder. He clenched his fists to control the lightning, glared at Suicune, and roared like the god of thunder beating his drum, as if Suicune was the only one left in the world. I saw a flash of yellow lightning streaking across the pitch-black night, colliding with the elegant blue Suicune in the darkness in a shocking way. A dazzling explosion of light instantly broke the silence of the night, illuminating the surrounding world like day. Throughout the Demon City, everyone's eyes turned towards the center of the explosion. War! Absolutely war! Run away! Someone is attacking the Magic City. Let's go! What happened? Can someone tell me what's going on? It's chaos, chaos, the whole Demon City is in turmoil. Stand by King, move towards the explosion. Quick! If we don't catch him today, no one will have a good life. The Demon City, which was already in chaos due to the attack by the 3 Heavenly Kings, reached its peak of chaos at this moment. Everyone was screaming and scrambling to get to a safe place. Pushing, shoving, and trampling incidents occurred frequently, adding a touch of desolation to the already chaotic Magic City. The center of the explosion. Long Tianwang was completely stunned, his eyes filled with inexplicable emotions, revealing an expression of disbelief, and said absent-mindedly, "How is it possible, how is it possible, is it luck or?" Chapter 89. Humph, so what if you're a flying king? You're still too young. The mysterious male king couldn't help but snort in triumph when he saw that his attack was effective. The female superstar couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. It turned out to be the right thing to give up sniping the tree owl. Wasn't it just for this scene that they fought so hard? Fortunately, there is always a way out, and they finally successfully achieved their goal. Ha 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 ha, come on, Suakun, my little baby. The mysterious man took out the luxury ball and walked forward with a big laugh. When the smoke cleared, the mysterious man's laughter gradually faded, and the smile on his face slowly disappeared. He stared straight ahead, holding his head tightly with both hands in despair, and shouted, "How is it possible? How is it possible?" After seeing the result, the female superstar's pupil shrank, she lost her former composure, and kept shaking her head, "Impossible." At the center of the explosion, there was an electric beast emitting the power of thunder and lightning, like the god of thunder. It used all its strength with both hands to try to smash the barrier in front of it. Unfortunately, this barrier is not an ordinary barrier. It's a move that can block almost any attack. Hold on. Zhang Yu's sudden move broke the opponent's plot. Not only was the other party stunned, even the Dragon King was shocked and stood still. King Long looked at Zhang Yu in shock, his eyes flickering continuously, and then he revealed an inexplicable smile. The young are to be feared. The young are to be feared. If Suakun is killed instantly, all of them will be brutally beaten by the opponent's electric beasts. Now, thanks to Zhang Yu's decision, the situation has reversed instantly. Not only did our side not suffer any casualties, but the opponent's sniper owl was defeated by our 3 Pokémon. From the worst result 3v1 to the best result 4v1. He can make such accurate judgments at life and death moments, and yet he can participate in king-level battles without batting an eyelid as a high school student. Tisk, this kid definitely has the makings of a superstar. He is even more terrifying than he was before, and he can gain Suakun's trust and fight for him. Young people with this kind of aspirations must be the targets of intensive cultivation by the Alliance. The most crucial thing is that the relationship between the Alliance and Suakun has reached a freezing point. If Zhang Yu can be won over, the relationship with Suakun will be improved. Hiss! It's literally killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I will go back to the Alliance and check out his information after this. I wonder if the other superstars know this kid. Zhang Yu looked calm at the opponent's attack, but his heart was like a wild horse that had broken free from its reins, and it was so nervous that it was about to rush out of his chest. When he saw the other party attacking, he thought about the other party's purpose and decided to take a gamble. Being able to give up 2 top-level Pokémon, Trillion and Mewonia, he bet that the other party would not be willing to give up Suakun and would definitely not be willing to leave in such disgrace. Seeing that the opponent was going to give up sniping Tree Owl, Zhang Yu was somewhat certain that the opponent would definitely target Suakun. If the opponent succeeds in subduing Suakun, he will definitely not fight anymore afterwards. Once the other party escaped, he was not sure whether they would take revenge on him, and he would never allow Suakun to be taken away by them. Having suffered such a great injustice and having his benefits taken away, he would be so angry that he would faint in his dreams. So Zhang Yu made up his mind and asked Suakun to use the defensive skill. Sure enough, he guessed it right. Seeing the other person's expression as if he had eaten shit, Zhang Yu felt very happy. I've been worried for so long, and I might be exposed in the future. I feel like I'm losing out no matter how I think about it. Dragon King Zhang Yu turned his head and shouted. Hearing Zhang Yu's voice, Dragon King also came back to his senses. If you don't take action now, when will you? I'll kill you while you're sick. Fossil Pterosaur Earthquake. Gyarados Earthquake. Charizard Earthquake. Suakun Water Cannon. Electric Shock Monster Hold on. Due to the triple earthquakes, the surrounding sea water formed waves several meters high, which hit the shore hard. The surrounding buildings continued to collapse. Unfortunately, the full-strength attack of the 4 Pokémon was blocked by the opponent. Damn it, how come even a superstar couldn't keep it? Zhang Yu couldn't help but sigh, what a pity. At the same time, he was very envious of the fact that all 3 Pokémon of Dragon King could generate earthquakes. He was so greedy. Dragon King seemed to sense Zhang Yu's gaze, and couldn't help but smile complacently. So, do you really want to learn about earthquakes? Zhang Yu nodded frantically like a chicken pecking at rice. An earthquake costs millions. Who doesn't want free money, let alone a move like earthquake that is excellent in both power and range? Dragon King laughed and said, okay, I'll teach you when it's over. Then Dragon King said seriously, deal with the other party first, Be careful that the other party will be defeated, and pay attention to your own safety. The 4 Pokémon continued to use the same moves as before. Electric Monster attacks Gyarados, Thunder Fist. The electric beast at the peak of its power, its lightning punch with an extra 1 is enough to instantly kill a Gyarados with 4 times the electricity. At this point in the battle, no one can retreat, and only by trying their best can there be a chance of survival. The narrow road meets the brave to win. Gyarados, with a ferocious look on its face, was not afraid of the opponent's arrival. Even if the opponent could kill it in seconds, Gyarados still roared and emitted a final earthquake. A flash of lightning passed by, and Gyarados' huge body flew dozens of meters away with the golden light, and did not stand up again. The electric monster roared in pain after taking 3 earthquakes and a water cannon, but its huge body did not retreat a single step. Behind it was its trainer, so it could only win and not lose. Seeing this electric monster, Zhang Yu and Long Tianwang couldn't help but show admiration on their faces. But the enemy is still the enemy, and the 2 men issued the final order. Attack the electric beast. Crazy Volt, solving the fossilized pterosaur. He suddenly rammed the fossilized pterosaur with the same move he used to attack Suicune, but unfortunately it didn't have the same imposing power as before. Even so, the fossil pterosaur was knocked away just like Gyarados. What they didn't expect was that the fossil pterosaur was also killed in one move. However, seeing the appearance of the electric shock monster, they gradually felt relieved. The electric monster was seen covered in wounds, panting and kneeling on one knee, looking at Zhang Yu and Dragon King with cold murderous eyes. Ended. Charizard's last earthquake. Suicune's final water cannon, vent out the anger in your heart. The 2 mysterious kings on the other side did not put up any resistance and stood still as if they had accepted their fate. The mysterious man ignored the move that was about to hit him, and instead stared at Zhang Yu, and said in the most sinister tone of his life, "I will remember you, kid, I hope you can live well." Hearing this, Zhang Yu frowned and said, "You're about to be caught but you're still being stubborn. I'll give you 2 big slaps in the face later." Just when the earthquake and water cannon were about to hit the electric beast, the opponent actually took back the electric beast. Suddenly, a water cannon shot towards Zhang Yu and Long Tianwang from the sea. "Charizard, hold on!" The huge body of Charizard blocked the 2 of them. When they reacted, they looked towards the mysterious king. The place where the other party was located was already empty. Chapter 90. Zhang Yu's face was so gloomy that ink could drip out of it. Thinking of the harsh words the other party said before leaving, he had no doubt that the other party could do anything he could think of. "I didn't expect that after so much effort, the final result would be heading in the worst direction." Zhang Yu took a deep breath, trying to calm himself, but his clenched fists still revealed his mood. After taking back the Pokémon, Dragon King came over and patted Zhang Yu on the shoulder, comforting him, "Don't be afraid. After these 2 incidents, the Alliance will definitely be more strict in testing people coming and going. Given your relationship with Suicune, the Alliance will definitely protect you." Zhang Yu looked at Long Tianwang with a look that said, "Do you think I believe it?" King Long couldn't help but twitch the corner of his mouth, and he also understood the meaning of Zhang Yu's eyes. Wasn't this incident involving Suicune the Alliance's doing? Dragon King sighed and said, "This is a complete accident on Shui Jun's part. The Alliance has been investigating recently and has already made some progress." After hearing what Long Tianwang said, Zhang Yu became even more worried. It has been almost a week since Suicune was attacked. Are there any signs of improvement? What kind of efficiency is this? All we can say is that the other party's power is extremely strong, and they have been able to hinder the Alliance for so long. Zhang Yu felt terribly disappointed when he thought that the other party had such a terrifying force. Just when he was feeling extremely uneasy, the ringing of a phone interrupted their thoughts. Zhang Yu took out his phone and saw that it was an unknown number. He couldn't help but feel confused. But I still answered the call. "Hello, who is this?" A quick gasp came from the other side of the phone. "Zhang Yu. Zhang Yu. Where are you? Why can't I find you? You haven't been arrested, have you?" Before Zhang Yu could reply, Wang Yeyu's voice came to his ears again. "I tell you, no matter who you are, quickly release Zhang Yu. We 4 kings have found your hiding place. If you know what's good for you, quickly hand over the hostages." This idiot sighed. "I'm fine. I was rescued by a king from the Alliance." "What? Are you okay? What's with your depressed tone?" "Well, it's nothing. Don't tell anyone else any news about me today, otherwise the alliance will look for you. Zhang Yu rubbed his eyes and said tiredly. Okay, I understand everything. I didn't expect that your identity would be. Wang Yeyu responded hurriedly, fearing that he would displease Zhang Yu. We can talk later if there is anything else. I am going back with the king. Okay, big brother, you go ahead and do your work. Call me if you need anything. Zhang Yu? It turns out that rich people are different. They can bend and stretch themselves, and have many identities. Sometimes they are the big brother, sometimes they are the younger brother. Let's go to the treatment center to recover the Pokémon first, and Suicune as well. The alliance will give you justice, trust us, Dragon King said in a rather formal tone. Shui Jun ignored Long Tianwang and looked at Zhang Yu. Zhang Yu just nodded and put Suicune back into the advanced ball. Then the two of them flew towards the Demon City on the Charizard. The two then came to the largest healing center in the center of Magic City. Many alliance inspectors were on standby here. Inspectors kept coming in and out, talking on the intercom, and the atmosphere was extremely serious. Dragon King. How come you are back, Dragon King? Is the matter resolved? Dragon King, there is a report just now that the three kings have discovered one of them, and it seems to be the king of the European Federation. Dragon King nodded continuously after listening to his subordinates' reports, and then issued some orders and clapped his hands. Thank you for your hard work recently. The two mysterious kings who attacked the Magic City were just repelled by me and this young friend beside me. I didn't expect they had another king to support them, but they finally escaped. Strictly check the people who have been coming and going from the international port terminal recently. These two kings are very likely to have other accomplices. When everyone heard that Long Tianwang and Zhang Yu defeated the other two kings, they all showed expressions of disbelief. Zhang Yu looks like a young high school student, except that he is a little handsome and has a somewhat cold temperament. Now you tell them that this high school student participated in a king-level battle? They are not just ordinary kings. They have recently learned that the two opponents are top-level trainers. High school student? Peak star? No matter how you think about it, these two words can't appear together. What a joke, they would rather believe that they have reached the championship level than believe that Zhang Yu can participate in a top-level battle. Everyone looked at Long Tianwang and Zhang Yu with suspicion. Could it be that Zhang Yu is the illegitimate son of King Long? Or is it that King Long used a backdoor to train this high school student? No matter how you look at it, this high school student is extraordinary. But everyone still responded yes. Zhang Yu looked a little puzzled. What was the intention of Long Tianwang in telling everyone his information? After handing the Pokémon to Happiny, the two came to a remote location. After sitting down, Long Tianwang took a sip of hot tea to moisten his throat, and slowly said, in view of your significant contribution to the Alliance will definitely reward you in the future. You can think about what you want. Zhang Yu's eyes lit up. Isn't it just for these that he was so busy? Quasi-god. Any quasi-god will do, Zhang Yu quickly added. You are dreaming. It seems that you still don't understand the meaning of quasi-god. Dragon King rejected his request without even thinking about it. The more powerful the Pokémon, the longer their breeding cycle. If ordinary Pokémon take 2 years from pregnancy to hatching, a Dragon-type Pokémon may take at least 3 years, and a Quasi-God Pokémon may take even longer, generally 4-5 years. At the same time, in order to reproduce the Quasi-God tribe, many Quasi-Gods will stay in the tribe, and not all Quasi-God eggs will be awarded to the king. Many kings don't have Quasi-Gods. The Alliance won't give any Quasi-Gods to anyone casually. They can only give them to those who have made significant contributions and are the direct descendants of the Alliance. Although Quasi-Gods are not allowed, you can choose a Dragon-type Pokémon. A Dragon-type Pokémon will greatly improve your performance in the Rangxing Cup. With some guidance from others, you will definitely shine in the Rangxing Cup. A Dragon-type Pokémon. To be honest, it's not impossible. There were no Dragon-type Pokémon on his team yet. As for shining in the Rangxing Cup, he is confident even without relying on Dragon-type Pokémon. The Burning Bug with Master qualifications, the Water Leaping Fish with King qualifications, and the Mimic Hill with Quasi-Champion qualifications. Even the least qualified Water Leap Fish, with his own efforts and Suicune's teachings, will definitely not be weaker than Mimikyu. This lineup is not luxurious, but it can be called excellent. Moreover, Dragon-type Pokémon consume several times more resources than other Pokémon, which will undoubtedly encroach on the resources of other Pokémon. After thinking about it, he was more inclined to exchange for the skill book so that the Water Leap Fish and Mimic Hill in his team could be quickly formed. Or it could be an item above grade A. Chapter 91. Let me think about it again. The main reason is that we don't have many resources, Zhang Yu mentioned intentionally or unintentionally. I still suggest you choose some powerful Pokémon, even if they are not Dragon type. Dragon King seemed not to understand the meaning of Zhang Yu's words and continued to make suggestions. By the way, what Pokémon do you have now? Dragon King was very curious. Burning worms, water leaping fish, and mysterious hills. Burning bugs, that means the only ones with fighting power are water leap fish and Mimikryuwu. Dragon King frowned, feeling a little troubled. Aqualad is indeed a very powerful starter Pokémon, but Mimikyu and Incineroar are far inferior. The characteristics of Mimikyu seem to be very powerful, and only the turn-based painted skin in the game can be considered powerful, but in reality there are too many ways to crack painted skin. And the formation must rely on some expensive moves. Not to mention the burning bug, which can only evolve when it reaches the peak of the Quasi-King level. This means that the boy in front of him will most likely only have one powerful Pokémon until next year's Rangxing Cup. I finally saw a good seedling, but he ended up doing this to me. Dragon King earnestly advised Zhang Yu to choose a Pokémon as a reward. Zhang Yu felt a little puzzled. Why was this uncle constantly recommending Pokémon to him like a Pokémon salesman? Could it be that the Alliance is conducting some experiment and using him as a guinea pig? At this moment, Zhang Yu immediately became alert. He didn't have a very good impression of the Alliance to begin with, and Long Tianwang's behavior was very suspicious. Long Tianwang sighed. Young people always have some ideas of their own. High school is the time to be rebellious. He will know when he hits the wall. By then the child will understand his good intentions, and we can only talk about it then. The Alliance will definitely conduct a major cleanup of the Magic City recently, and I'm afraid some of the kings will be involved. Don't go out during this period of time. Stay in the healing center. I will book a room for you. You can go home after this period of time is over. Dragon King looked at the time and it was getting late, so he instructed. For several days in a row, Zhang Yu stayed in the healing center obediently and did not go anywhere. However, King Long Tian still reserved a private training room for him in the healing center. After Suikun's strength recovered, he not only became the coach of Aqualad, but also trained Incineroar and Majira. The strength of the three little ones has also been significantly improved. Mage Arna has reached level 22, the Water Leap has successfully evolved into the Swamp Leap, reaching level 18, and the Burning Bug has reached level 28. This is also the result of the three little ones constantly fighting with Suikun. Compared with Water Leaping Fish, Swamp Leaping Fish are more afraid of grass, so Zhang Yu has a plan in mind. In order to overcome the fear of the grass type, the battle with the grass type must be put on the agenda. I haven't seen my mother for more than 10 days. I miss Nanny Bug and Mimikyu a little. Zhang Yu was constantly planning the future training tasks for the three little ones. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the mission of helping Suikun. Get rewards, Advanced Evergreen Power, 1 copy of Water Essence. A strong vitality suddenly emanated from Zhang Yu, which made Suikun look at him sideways. After Zhang Yu closed his eyes and felt it for a while, he found that he was more sensitive to vitality. If before he could sense the vitality within a 100m radius around him, now he can feel the vitality of 1000m around him. This ability of Changpan Leica can protect him from sneak attacks within a specific range, which is perfect for him who is being targeted by the king. After all, the vitality of the king-level Pokémon is like a little sun among the crowd. Zhang Yu was very satisfied with the system's reward, which came just in time. Your abilities seem to have been sublimated. Suikun came to Zhang Yu and stared at the thick green light emanating from his head. My Tokiwa power should have been enhanced during the time I was treating you. Now you can try it. Zhang Yu said as he gently placed his hand on Suikun's face. Shuahun felt the strong breath in Zhang Yu's hand and couldn't help but close his eyes, revealing an expression of enjoyment. If it took me at least 2 weeks to treat it before, now it only takes 3 days. In other words, the healing ability of the power of Tokiwa has increased by 5 times. This is also because Suikun is a divine beast and is extremely powerful. If it were any other top-level Pokémon, it would probably only take 1-2 days to fully recover. Pokémon below the king level can recover to their full strength within a day. Very good, Humanoid Healing Center. The adventures will be settled in the future. Next up is this water essence. System, what is the use of water essence? Water essence can enhance the water talent of water Pokémon. So simple? Zhang Yu was a little confused. It seemed that the main reward was still the advanced power of Evergreen. Zhang Yu then took out the water essence and was about to use it on the water-leaping fish when he heard Suikun's exclamation. Water essence? How do you have such a thing? Seeing Suikun's shocked expression, Zhang Yu suddenly realized that the water essence was not as simple as the system introduced. This was given to me by a Pokémon. Zhang Yu thought about it and decided that since the water essence was so valuable, he should not expose it. Hearing Zhang Yu's words, Sui Jun's hair stood up and he looked at Zhang Yu with an expression of disbelief. Seeing Suikun's look, Zhang Yu's heart skipped a beat. He already attached great importance to the essence of water. Could it be that it was more important than he imagined? Do you know what water essence is? Suikun asked seriously. Zhang Yu shook his head decisively. If the S-level water stone in your eyes is a bowl of water, then the water essence is a river. Hiss, damn, does it have to be so outrageous? Zhang Yu couldn't help but gasp at Suikun's metaphor. How much does an S-level water stone cost? It might be tens of millions. How much does the water essence cost? He had never heard of such a thing as water essence. Is it because he is too weak and not qualified to come into contact with such things? After hearing what Suikun said, the two little ones couldn't help but look at the azure water ball in Zhang Yu's hand with some curiosity. Each Pokémon has its own attributes. You can think of their own attributes as a group of attribute essences. Swamp fish has water and ground attributes, and can be considered to contain water essence and ground essence. Damn it! In an instant, Zhang Yu got goosebumps all over his body. If we follow Suikun's words, this water essence should be given to the water leap fish to absorb. Will anything related to the water system become twice as much as before? He thought of a lot of things, such as the control of water energy, and the power of water-based moves. Doesn't that mean that water-type moves will deal normal damage to Pokémon with double water resistance, and the normal damage becomes double damage, and double water weakness becomes quadruple, and quadruple water weakness becomes 8 times? Oh shit, if that's true, it's too outrageous. He immediately thought of the war Tyrannosaurus's dragon. I am the nemesis of dinosaurs. If I say you are a dragon, then you are a dragon. It's not too much, right? Now it has turned into a swamp-leaping fish, referring to the beast weak water? I say you are weak water, so you are weak water? Not excessive at all, very reasonable. Then will the swamp skipper also drink twice as much water and urinate twice as much every day? Can its kidneys withstand it? Swamp leap fish? Chapter 92. Zhang Yu suddenly thought of something, his eyes sparkled, and sparks almost came out. System, give me 4 more water essences. From now on, Swampert will no longer be afraid of the feather grass type. A water type move has 4 times the damage against grass. I'll show you the grass type stinky little brother in a second. As he thought about it, his saliva was about to flow. Swampert's quadruple weak grass has always been his lingering nightmare. Water essence will enhance all water-related abilities of Pokémon. Energy control, perception of water skills, resistance to water skills, and energy sensitivity will be increased to twice the previous level. However, the power of water-based moves is slightly weaker, and can only be increased by about 1.5 times. Shuahun's words interrupted Zhang Yu's fantasy. 1.5 times is also fine. Once the Swampert learns to use rapids at full health, it will just become a little more than twice. In previous training, when the swamp leap fish was extremely excited during the battle, the conditions for triggering the rapids would be lowered. After you feed it the water essence, once its water ability is improved, I'm afraid it will really trigger the torrent feature when its health is full. Even if it's not at full health, it won't be too far off. This water essence can be said to be a reshaping of it. Its potential is raised to a higher level invisibly. How strange! Water essence is almost impossible to appear in nature, but you actually have it. Suikun sighed a little. Is this the person chosen by the King of Phoenix, with such a heaven-defying fortune? After hearing that it could improve its strength, the swamp leap fish stared at the water essence with shining eyes. It was only interested in things that could improve its strength. Seeing the appearance of the swamp leaping fish, Zhang Yu couldn't help laughing. This little guy did nothing but training every day. He was really afraid that the swamp jumper's brain was all muscle. Put the water essence in front of the swamp leaping fish, and see that the water essence slowly separates and wraps the swamp leaping fish. Gradually merged into the body of the swamp leaping fish. Nothing special. Zhang Yu thought there would be a situation similar to the light of evolution. The swamp leaper looked at other parts of itself with some curiosity, a look of wonder on its face. How does it feel? Zhang Yu was very much looking forward to it. Feeling even wetter. Wetter? It seems that I am more sensitive to water energy. It will take until it evolves again to fully absorb the water essence. If there is no evolved Pokémon to absorb the essence, the effect will be greatly reduced. So there is such a saying. It seems that the change in form after evolution can better integrate the essence into it. Swampert still has a long way to go before it can evolve, and I'm afraid Suicune will have left by then. It seems that the plan to activate the rapid flow at full health must be advanced, and try to master it before Suicune leaves. However, training should also be combined with work and rest. Long-term tension will only bring negative effects. Now that the crisis is over, I'll take them out for some fun one day. But now, everyone, start training. Numa Skipper, start training so that the essence can be absorbed into your body faster. Suicune, I'll leave this child to you. My body is full of strength. I can exercise for 3 days and 3 nights in a row. Swamp Jumper said as he began to familiarize himself with his new power. Burning Bug and Suicune responded to Zhang Yu with a big eye roll. Not long after, Long Tianwang found time to come back and find Zhang Yu. The Alliance's investigation results are out, said Long Tianwang, looking tired. Upon hearing the news, Zhang Yu's expression became serious, as this concerned his life. The identities of the 2 mysterious kings have been revealed. The male is Wang Fiwen and the female is Wu Jing'ai. These 2 are the 5 kings of the International Thieves Association. What the hell? The 5 heavenly kings? Wang Fiwen and Wu Jing'ai are already at the top of the world, but they are just 2 of them? In other words, the International Thieves Alliance has 5 top kings? This organization is too outrageous. International Thieves Association. Zhang Yu was confused. An organization dedicated to capturing and selling Pokémon, one of the most famous organizations in the world. Nearly 1 million members, channels all over the world. No one expected that the instigators of this incident would be these 2. The Alliance has also successfully cracked down on the Thieves Association's internal collusion within the Alliance. These 2 have successfully angered the Alliance, and the Alliance has just set up a department to combat the Thieves Association. At least you don't have to worry too much about your safety recently, but you still have to be careful when you are abroad. These foreign organizations are far more rampant than those within the Alliance. Many small countries have become bases for some illegal organizations. Nearly 1 million members. 5 top kings. One of the most famous organizations in the world. From this perspective, it makes sense that the 5 kings are at the top and are responsible for different regions of the world. The information brought by Dragon King obviously had a huge impact on his previous views. He never expected that the organization in this world could be so powerful. As far as he knew, there had never been such a powerful force in the Pokémon world in the anime. Apart from himself, Boss Sakaki does not have the 5 top trainers under him. Although this world is more than 10 times larger than the world in the anime, he has offended nearly half of the International Thieves Association in just 3 months. Is this speed a bit too fast? He really wanted to start over. Now that things have come to this, he must plan carefully. Suicune's relationship with him has been exposed, so it's impossible for him to keep a low profile. Keep a low profile and no one will pay attention to you. No one will care if you are killed by the International Stealers Association in the future. In this case, he can only show his potential to the best of his ability to a certain extent, get strong support from the League, and develop quickly. If you increase your own bargaining chips, the other party will be more cautious. It seems that he can no longer suppress the power of the Burning Worm and needs to release it further. Burning Worm, first release. Having Suicune behind him is far from enough, Ho-Oh also needs to be pulled behind him. This can also reasonably explain the relationship between Suicune and him, and the mysterious fire energy in the burning bug. But it can't be released too much. Being 1 step ahead is a genius, being 2 steps ahead is a devil, and being 10 steps ahead is a monster. If you are 10 steps ahead, everyone will want to catch you and slice you up. Oh, by the way, isn't there another king who is wandering outside? King Long suddenly remembered. He's about to be caught, Dragon King's tone became obviously happy. The three kings are causing trouble in the Magic City. If they all run away, it will undoubtedly be a huge blow to the Magic City. Fortunately, this one is caught. However, the identity of this king is quite troublesome. He is the eldest son of the head of the European Federation's Tours family, Tours Glen. If he is caught, the European Federation will definitely spare no effort to get him back. After all, they have a top-level aluminum steel bridge dragon in their hands. The Alliance still doesn't have a quasi-god of this race. I'm afraid the European Federation will bleed heavily. Once the Alliance's goal is achieved, you will have a share of the credit. Hearing this, Zhang Yu scratched his head shyly and said, "This is not good. I didn't contribute much. If you hadn't stopped him, he would have escaped long ago. I saw it clearly on the surveillance camera. The Alliance will definitely reward those who have made contributions, so you can rest assured." Dragon King patted Zhang Yu. "Very good. I have been waiting for this sentence after listening for so long." Chapter 93. Blocking the two kings from capturing Suicune, blocking the foreign kings, indirectly leading to his capture. These two achievements are very important and will be recorded in your resume. You can think about what you need. The most important point. The Alliance is eager to restore its relationship with Suicune, Dragon King said meaningfully to Zhang Yu before leaving. Zhang Yu smiled knowingly. The quasi-god won't give it to you, right? Then don't blame him for raising the dragon-slaying sword. It was also time to leave the healing center. When Zhang Yu left the training room, he found that many people were looking at him with inexplicable meanings. Just when he was wondering, a lovely nurse came over and said, "Zhang Yu, thank you for saving the Magic City. Please give me an autograph. I am your fan." Zhang Yu was confused. Saving Shanghai? He even has fans? Where do I sign? He was a little confused because the lovely nurse in front of him didn't bring any paper. Here, the cute nurse pointed to the clothes on her chest. This is a bit embarrassing, so he can only write a powerful signature to respond to the other party's trust in him. Yeah, I'm going to get Zhang Yu's autograph." The nurse looked at Zhang Yu excitedly with a flushed face. Is this what it feels like to have fans? Zhang Yu had a strange feeling. Just as Zhang Yu came to the exit, the inspectors who had returned from patrol saw Zhang Yu and began to whisper to each other. "That's him, the little hero of Magic City, standing up for Magic City. Not only that, he's also Suicune's trainer. People on the internet say he's the Lord of Water." "Suicune? Are you talking about the Suicune who came to the Demon City? Do you think you, the Suicune, listen to Zhang Yu's command? He is a high school student, isn't that too outrageous?" "Yes, there has never been a high school student in history who could own a divine beast. He is still a high school student who can participate in the top-level battle of the king. People in his class are in trouble." "Not necessarily. Maybe it will be more than just this one. He has a divine beast, and his eyes have never been on this class. Kids nowadays are really outrageous. When I was his age, I was still playing in the mud. Yes, I'm still dancing the chicken. You're so beautiful." Listening to the whispers around him, Zhang Yu wished he could find a hole in the ground to crawl into. It was too damn embarrassing. What the hell is the little hero of Magic City? And there is this Water Lord. If you talk nonsense you will be beaten by him. He himself didn't know where his eyes were focused, and this group of people knew him better than he knew himself. Online? I opened my phone and checked the latest news. The man next to Suicune. Behind every successful beast there is a man who silently contributes. The savior of Magic City, little hero of Magic City. Only the Water Monarch is qualified to tame the water beasts. The secrets Bai Ji and the little hero of Magic City have to tell. Wow, it turns out he is this kind of person. He gradually found his true self from the news. And who is this Bai Ji? Is there any special place? He wanted to get acquainted. Not long after, Zhang Yu returned to the villa and found that his mother had already returned. As soon as I walked in, I heard my mother joking. "Hey, our little hero is back." "What kind of hero is that? No matter how heroic he is still your son." Zhang Yu scratched his head shyly. "Stop talking nonsense, where is Suicune?" Xiaoshihua hurried down from upstairs, followed by the nanny bug who had not been seen for a long time and was holding a Pokémon egg. Haha, he really picked it up. Before Zhang Yu took out the ball, a red light flashed and a graceful figure appeared beside Zhang Yu. Hello, thank you for your son's care. Xiaohua hurried to Suikun's side, gently stroked Suikun's fur, and sighed, I never thought that I would see the mythical beast one day. Suikun, can I measure your data? Xiaohua asked excitedly. The rare research material appeared before his eyes. As a researcher, how could he miss this opportunity? Shui Jun glanced at Zhang Yu, then nodded. Don't worry, the measured data will not be reported to the Alliance. I also know a little about the things between you and the Alliance. I am just satisfying my curiosity, Xiaohua explained. As Zhang Yu's mother, she obviously didn't want to destroy the relationship between her child and the mythical beast, and she knew what was more important. Hearing this, Shui Jun finally felt relieved. Okay ma'am, happy to help you. I didn't expect you to be such a gentleman. Zhang Yu looked a little strange. Then Zhang Yu came to the nanny bug, picked up the nanny bug and turned it around in a circle. Did you miss me, nanny bug? The nanny bug shook its head frantically, Zhang Yu's face fell, and Xiaohua and many Pokémon smiled. You have become more fragrant, so fragrant. The nanny bug looked around Zhang Yu curiously and liked the smell around Zhang Yu very much. It felt like returning to the Changpan forest, the smell of home. It might be because the nanny bug has the grass attribute and has lived in the evergreen forest for many years, so it is particularly sensitive to Zhang Yu's breath. Seeing that his mother was also curious, Zhang Yu explained. While I was healing Suikun, Tokiwa's power increased a bit. Seeing that it was a good thing, Xiaohua did not ask any more questions and went to the training room with Shui Jun. Zhang Yu hurriedly looked at the egg in the nanny bug's hand. This was his sweetheart. Pokémon, Mysterious Hill. Attribute, Ghost Fairy. Gender female. Features, painted skin. Qualification, semi-champion. Moves, curse, same life. Description, this is a healthy Pokémon egg. Seeing the Pokémon egg restored to health, Zhang Yu breathed a sigh of relief. Steady. Burning bug, this egg is in your hands. The burning bug, who was watching the show on the side, was shocked. It didn't expect that a task would fall on it so soon. I am still a 3-month-old baby? As the team was almost formed, the burning bug became more and more lazy. It seems that teammates in the future must be like the Swampert, change the team atmosphere and drive the burning worms. How can the burning worms not burn at all? I'm not asking you to take care of the Pokémon egg. When you have nothing to do, hold the egg in your arms and use your special abilities to hatch the baby as quickly as possible. At other times, there are nanny bugs to help look after the Pokémon eggs, right? Nanny bugs. When the nanny bug heard that it had a task, it nodded heavily, then seemed to remember something and hurried upstairs. Snort. The burning bug turned its head away with an unhappy look on its face. Zhang Yu couldn't help but touch the burning bug and said, Be good, as a sister, it is your responsibility to take care of your sister. 5 buckets of ice cream. Zhang Yu? 1 bucket. After some bargaining, Zhang Yu hired a burning insect with a body of fire for the price of 3 buckets of ice cream. After a while, the nanny bug ran down holding a box. Nanny bug opens the box. Wow, a box full of Mimikyu coats, smiling, crying, grinning and mischievous, all kinds of them. You put in a lot of effort. You are really good at taking care of Pokémons. Mimikyu will definitely like it very much. Hearing Zhang Yu's praise, the nanny bug was very happy, her little face turned red and she was beaming with joy. After playing with many Pokémon downstairs for a while, Zhang Yu returned to his room and fell into a deep sleep. He was very tired as he had been tense all this time. Chapter 94. The next morning, Zhang Yu woke up feeling refreshed. He hadn't slept so comfortably in a long time. Aunt Tang informed them in the group last night that training would resume as normal starting today. After packing up, they soon arrived at the Water Secret Realm. The Water Secret Realm did not relax its vigilance due to the arrest of the foreign king, and management remains strict. It seems that these 2 attacks have left an indelible memory in Demon City. The topic of discussion still revolves around the attack on the Demon City. When they saw Zhang Yu coming, they started to talk. Fuck, boss Zhang Yu is here. Is that really him in the video with Suikun? It turns out that the most powerful boss around us has always been so low-key. From today on, Zhang Yu is my idol. I don't know if Zhang Yu has a partner. I want to give birth to a baby boy for him. You look like a monkey to me. Wang Yeyu saw these people calling Zhang Yu all the time, and said in a serious tone, "You guys think you can call me brother Yu? Call me brother Yu, it's okay to call me brother Yu. Hello, brother Yu. Zhang Yu." Wang Yeyu was very satisfied with their performance and came to Zhang Yu with a charming smile on his face. Some girls with good figures and faces directly shouted, "Brother Yu, do you have a partner? What do you think of me?" Around Tang Yuxuan, a girl said angrily, "Yuxuan, why didn't you tell us that your boyfriend is so awesome? That's right, introduce him to us someday." "Yes, yes, we are all good friends, we should help each other." Tang Yuxuan was speechless about these people. Thinking of her mother's words, Tang Yuxuan immediately came to Zhang Yu. Before she could say anything, she saw Wang Yeyu beside Zhang Yu step forward and stretched out his hand to block Tang Yuxuan. "What are you doing? What are you doing? Stay away from our brother Yu. Do you think anyone can get close to our brother Yu? Tang Yuxuan? Zhang Yu?" The two were speechless, but Tang Yuxuan ignored Wang Yeyu and said inexplicably, "Zhang Yu, you're just in time. Mom has something to ask you. Come with me." Without waiting for Zhang Yu to say anything, he took Zhang Yu into a room without saying anything. "Aunt Tang has something to ask him?" It seems that Aunt Tang must have received some news. When I came into the house, Aunt Tang was talking on the phone. Tang Kainu gestured to Zhang Yu and Tang Yuxuan to sit down and wait for her to finish. Not long after, Tang Kainu sat in front of the two of them and asked in a serious tone, "Xiao, I learned about what you did from the alliance. You are Xiaohua's child after all. You have not brought shame to your mother. The alliance needs fresh blood like you. Are you interested in being the leader of this session?" Hearing Aunt Tang's words, they were both shocked. The leader of this session? This is so sudden. He is just a high school student, and some people in this class are already on the verge of becoming superstars. It is unlikely that he will be the leader of this session. However, Zhang Yu did not answer easily. If the news got out, he would offend too many people. He believed that as long as he was given the opportunity to develop, he could rely on Incineroar, Mage Arna, Swampert and Mimikyu. He is not afraid of anyone, but he also doesn't want to make too many enemies for some inexplicable reasons. This year, Aunt Tang, this is a bit too outrageous. I still have a long way to go to reach the top of the list, Zhang Yu murmured. Aunt Tang suddenly realized and understood Zhang Yu's worries, then smiled and said, "You are wrong, it's not this generation, it's your high school class. So that's how it is. But what's the good of it? Why does Aunt Tang have such an idea?" To be honest, Zhang Yu's Pokémon level is not very high now, and he is still some distance away from the top talents of the same class. For example, Chen Jun's bad frog from the Chen family had reached the elite level 3 weeks ago. His strongest burning bug was only level 28, 2 levels away from elite level. The other team is also improving, not to mention the rest of the league's top talent. "Aunt Tang, I don't quite understand why you want to do this," Zhang Yu said directly. "Our Tang family is a water family, and you have the support of Shuahun behind you. Plus, your mother has a very good relationship with us, so the Tang family has a very good impression of you. I think Burning Bug is not an ordinary Pokémon. It will definitely shine in the league in the future. You can definitely consider it. Of course, I'm just a messenger. It doesn't matter if you don't agree. It won't affect our relationship." Tang Kainu slowly explained the reason for the matter. Sure enough, it was similar to what Zhang Yu had thought. However, he couldn't accept it. Once he accepts the Tang family's assistance this time, others will regard him as a member of the Tang family's sphere of influence and will not invest in him. Moreover, the investment he got before his potential was revealed was completely different from the investment he got after his potential was revealed. Although I am not sure what kind of results I can achieve in the Rangxing Cup, I think it will be better than it is now. Not to mention the Rangxing Cup, the College Cup hasn't even started yet. At that time, not only the Tang family would invest in him, but other forces would as well. I am not afraid that gold will not shine, I am afraid that no one will fight for it. Only when there is competition can his value be enhanced. Now these small profits can be completely given up. What he wants to do most is to play the long game and catch Kyugra. And now his choices are not limited to the Tang family. After his relationship with Suakun was exposed, it has entered the vision of many people. We learned from King Long that the alliance has recently been interested in cultivating its direct members. Between the alliance and the Tang family, anyone with a brain would know what to choose. Although he keeps complaining about the alliance, the size of the alliance is there, and it is still very attractive. Zhang Yu thought about it carefully, and then replied seriously, Aunt Tang, I only have one burning worm and a swamp jump fish now, and I am still a long way from the top. Secondly, I still want to be a respected Pokémon professor like my mother. He didn't lie. He didn't know when the mimicry mound would hatch, and he still had some distance to go before he could reach those people. He really wants to become a Pokémon doctor. After all, he also wants to publish papers related to Mega Evolution and Gigantamax. But only children do multiple choice questions. He wants both Pokémon Doctor and Battle Master. After hearing what Zhang Yu said, Tang Kainyu did not change at all. Instead, she smiled and said, it seems that Chihua has a successor. Then he advised, even if you want to become a Pokémon professor, you must not give up your strength. In this world, strength is the foundation of everything. Tang Yuxuan had been listening to their conversation from the side and felt that Zhang Yu was very powerful. She has come into contact with many people, many of whom are eager to be invested in and curry favor with the Tang family. She has even received many expensive gifts. It was incredible to her that Zhang Yu could resist the temptation. He was different from those who were invested by the Tang family. She felt that Zhang Yu did not take the Tang family seriously, but put himself on the same level as the Tang family. This was obviously very impossible among those who were invested by the Tang family. Looking at Zhang Yu's cold expression, I felt more and more that this boy of the same age was very different from others. Chapter 95. A group of students surrounded Wang Yeyu, very curious about what Wang Yeyu had experienced that caused his attitude to change so quickly. Brother Yu. What brother Yu? Call me Brother Wang. Do you think you can just call me Brother Yu casually? Before the other party could finish speaking, Wang Yeyu decisively interrupted him and looked cautiously in the direction where Zhang Yu left. Wang, Brother Wang. The suddenly vicious man said angrily. Brother Wang, didn't you have a conflict with Brother Yu before? Another boy asked hurriedly. Well, what conflict? That was because I was ignorant. Brother Yu doesn't bear grudges and doesn't take it to heart. Wang Yeyu hurriedly coughed to cover up his embarrassment. The students around looked at Wang Yeyu with strange eyes. They didn't expect you to be this kind of Brother Wang. Seeing Zhang Yu and Tang Yuxuan coming out, Wang Yeyu ignored everyone, but stamped his feet, straightened his suit, and walked towards them. As usual, Zhang Yu took the burning worms and swamp leaping fish for endurance training in the morning. The only difference was that he had an extra follower, Wang Yeyu, by his side. Perhaps because he saw the relationship between Suokun and him, Wang Yeyu behaved very abnormally. However, the other party did not disturb his training, so he didn't care. Swamp leap fish, try to combine vibration and movement, and strive to comprehend the vibration of water today. After the swamp leap fish absorbed the essence of water, its various water abilities were significantly improved. During the training in the past few days, its training in water was obviously much faster. At the same time, he discovered that compared with this group of students, Swampert was far ahead of them in energy training. Even Tang Yuxuan's melodic was very obviously far behind Swampert. Although the swamp jumper's qualifications are only at the king level, Zhang Yu and Suokun estimate that its water qualifications should be above the quasi-champion level, close to the champion level. Today's marsh skipping fish is extremely biased. Since it has just evolved, the ground energy has not been trained much, so the energy block should start to focus on the development of the ground energy. After Zhang Yu finished training the water energy, he planned to focus on the ground energy training. It happened that Long Tianwang wanted to teach him about earthquake, so he decided to take a few days off and go to ask Long Tianwang for advice. Seeing that Swampert was obviously much more relaxed than before, Zhang Yu could not help but nodded. After the evolution, the potential of Swampert was not fully tapped. It seems that the training plan needs to be more compact. Looking at the burning bug beside him with half-open eyes and slightly swollen nose, Zhang Yu sighed inwardly. Pick up the swamp jumper, hold its little claws and gently poke the snot bubble. Bang! The dozing burning worm was instantly awakened, and the swamp leaping fish looked at Zhang Yu with disgust, constantly spitting out water from the gun to wash its claws. The burning bug felt a little embarrassed after waking up. Hey hey hey! Zhang Yu glared at the burning bug and said, hurry up and train. Not long after, with the efforts of Zhang Yu and swamp leap fish, Swamp Leap Fish finally comprehended the water fluctuations that it could only comprehend at level 20. Ding! Release mission, Battle of Revenge. Mission description, let Swampert defeat Melodic and complete the Battle of Revenge. Task reward, Tile Splitting Permanent Skill Book. Very good, this mission is just what he wants. Not only can he get revenge, but he can also test the recent training results of Swampert. Most importantly, there is also a skill book. Tile breaking is a physical fighting move with great power. The most important thing is that it can destroy light walls, reflective walls, and other moves that can reduce our damage. Swamp Jumper, do you remember that Melodic from last time? Certainly. Swamp Leaper nodded heavily. We will go for revenge this afternoon to test your recent training results and see if you have the confidence to defeat the opponent. Beat her up. Swamp Skipper showed a belligerent expression, looked confident and flexed his biceps. Very good, Zhang Yu showed a satisfied expression, then looked at the listless appearance of the burning bugs, his face sank, wondering what time they had played until last night. Soon it was afternoon, and Zhang Yu brought the swamp fish to find Tang Yuxuan. Tang Yuxuan was somewhat surprised when she saw the person coming. Zhang Yu had never taken the initiative to look for her. As a boy, he was not proactive at all. No wonder he was still single. Could it be that he had finally come to his senses? Last time, Shui Yuiyu lost to Min Xiao, this time we are going to defeat it. Zhang Yu did not hesitate and stated his purpose directly. Bah, you bastard, your mind is full of fighting. He rolled his eyes at Zhang Yu and said proudly, but the ending won't change. My Melodic has improved rapidly recently. I took a look at Melodic, wow, it's really fast. The last time I saw it, it was level 16, and now it's already level 24. Wang Yeyu volunteered, then I will be the referee. Please get ready. Let the fight begin. Even though it evolved into Swampert, there is still a big gap between it and Melodic, and it is still at a disadvantage in all aspects. Swampert looked at Melodic with full fighting spirit, and a stream of water energy continued to emerge from his body. Thinking of the opponent's previous dismissive attitude towards it, it was defeated without any ability to fight back. It wants to smash the big snake in front of it. This is its battle of revenge. I saw that the water energy in the swamp leaping fish became more abundant. Is this the beginning of a rapid? He doesn't even know how to be gentle and considerate to women. Smash it. Let it give birth to a baby. Zhang Yu couldn't help but mutter in his heart. The fish leaps from the swamp, the water surges, and then the current breaks and rushes towards each other. Minus water wave. Both sides used water waves, and the water energy in front of them gathered into circles of water rings and shot towards each other. The water waves of both sides continued to collide violently in the air, making a deafening sound, and eventually cancelled each other out. Tang Yuxuan couldn't accept this result. Water wave was a move that Melodic mastered after evolving. It was not as powerful as the one that Swampert mastered later. Moreover, the opponent's release speed is much faster than that of Melodic. There is a very obvious gap between the two, and the power should not be so strong. When Melodic had just completed the water wave and had not yet made any move, Swampert had already wrapped itself in water energy and rushed towards Melodic with an unstoppable momentum. Seeing this, Tang Yuxuan's pupil shrank, with a look of disbelief on her face, and she hurriedly shouted, Min Xiao, Dragon Tail, knock the swamp leap fish away, don't let him get close to you. Just as Melodic wrapped its tail with dragon energy and was about to pull it up, Swampert had already quickly arrived in front of Melodic, and a stream of water broke and crashed into the opponent. Melodic showed a painful expression with a frown on its face, and its slender body was knocked several meters away by the Swampert. Don't wait for the other party to come to their senses, continue the water burst attack. Melodic had just come to his senses, but before he could fully stand up, he was knocked to the ground by Swampert, who was covered in amazing water energy. It hurts. Min Xiao screamed in pain. I saw an unusual color appear on Melodic's body, and the effect of water flow rupture was triggered, reducing Melodic's physical defense. Keep going, don't stop jumping fish in the swamp, knock her over, Zhang Yu shouted when he saw this. Too fast. When Melodic is approached, it will be knocked away by Swampert when it is halfway through using a move, and will not be able to use a complete move at all. Melodic has not yet learned how to hold on and use its moves after being hit, so this battle can be said to be beyond everyone's expectations. Under the incredulous gazes of Tang Yuxuan and Wang Yeyu, the swamp leaper crashed into the Melodic again. In this way, Melodic had no power to fight back and was constantly hit by the Swampert, screaming in pain. The two couldn't understand why the swamp leap fish could complete the water flow disruption after just using the water wave kung fu at the beginning. Is this release speed twice as fast as Melodic? And the power seems a bit off. Melodic is twice as resistant to water, so the water flow disruption should not cause such great damage. It can be said that Melodic was completely unable to fight back and could only unwillingly accept defeat in front of everyone's shocked expressions. Chapter 96. Ding! Mission, Revenge completed. Reward, a permanent skill book on tile splitting. The reward has been received and I will go back to study tonight. Zhang Yu was in a very good mood. Swampert and Mage Arna could become stronger again. He was very eager for other essences. Just a water essence could give Swampert such a huge improvement. If there was another ground essence, I couldn't imagine how strong Swampert would be. During this battle he suddenly realized a problem, the speed of energy release. Apart from the differences caused by talent and acquired practice, the energy release speed of all attributes should be similar. In other words, due to the water essence of Swampert, the speed of releasing water-type moves is more than twice as fast as that of other Pokémon's water-type moves. Instead, it is twice as fast as the release of all attribute moves. After thinking about this clearly, Zhang Yu knew that the disadvantage of the slow movement speed of the Swampert could be partially offset by the speed of releasing the moves. Swampert can completely stand still and output damage. As soon as the opponent finishes using one move, Swampert has already completed 2 moves. Is there a possibility that the water energy is twice as strong as the grass energy, but the water energy of the swamp leap fish in the rapid state is twice as strong as the ordinary water energy? So can the water energy of the Swampert be equal to the grass energy? That is to say, there is a balance of power during the bombardment. Find an opportunity to test it out. Staring blankly at the defeated Min Xiao, Tang Yuxuan had not yet recovered from the blow. Wang Yeyu came to Zhang Yu with excitement and said, "Brother Yu, you are so awesome. This Swampert must have received guidance from Suokun, otherwise it wouldn't be so outrageous." After hearing what Wang Yeyu said, Tang Yuxuan came back to her senses and her eyes lit up. Yes, Zhang Yu and Shui Jun have such a close relationship, he must have received guidance from Shui Jun. Tang Yuxuan looked at Zhang Yu and couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief when she saw Zhang Yu nod. If it was really just the gap between Melodic and Swampert, she would definitely not be able to accept it. They are both children of dominant Pokémon, so why is Swampert so outstanding? By the way, do you know where I can battle against grass-type Pokémon? Zhang Yu asked after thinking for a while. Grass-type? Wang Yeyu thought for a moment and said, "Brother Yu, you can go to the grass-type gym in Magic City. No, you have to be at the elite level or above in the qualifying competition to sign up to challenge the gym." Tang Yuxuan decisively rejected this idea. It turns out that challenging a gym is related to the ranking level, and Zhang Yu is not clear about the requirements. Is there any other place? How about this, Brother Yu, my family happens to have a fighting training business. Come any day and it's all free. By the way, Brother Yu, why are you looking for a grass-type trainer? Wang Yeyu was a little curious. My Swampert is 4 times weaker than grass. I want to increase its experience in battling grass-type Pokémon. Upon hearing this, Wang Yeyu and Tang Yuxuan looked strange. Knowing that Swampert is 4 times weaker than grass, you still want it to fight against grass-type? If it really doesn't work, can't we just change a Pokémon? Don't you have a burning bug? Let the burning bug be used. Although the burning bug has many limitations, can't it still easily bully the grass type? The burning bug is 4 times more resistant to grass, and the firefly's attributes all restrain the grass type. The two saw the swamp leap fish again with an excited look on its face. I couldn't help but seriously doubt whether Zhang Yu and swamp leaping fish had any serious illness. Afterwards, Tang Yuxuan seemed to be thinking about something. She knew it was impossible, but she still wanted to do it. This might be the reason why Melodic was inferior to swamp leap fish. It lacked the courage and determination to move forward. Decided. She also wants to find electric and grass-type trainers for Melodic to battle against. Can I go? I want Min Xiao to try it too. No problem, leave it to me. Upon hearing this, Wang Yeyu held his head high and patted his chest proudly. After making the decision, the 3 of them exchanged training experiences together and then dispersed to conduct their own training. Not long after, Tang Kainyu kept checking the training results among each student. After seeing the training results of Swamp Leap Fish, she was obviously not calm. Your Swampert is clearly much better than the other students' Pokémon. Is it because of Suicune? Tang Kainyu asked uncertainly. Yes, Suicune has always been by my side, taught us a lot of things, and almost adopted Swamp Jumper as his godson, Zhang Yu began to brag. Suicune? Swamp Leap Fish? Hey, after hearing Zhang Yu's answer, Tang Kainyu was obviously relieved. She was afraid that the swamp leaping fish would be too conspicuous and the alliance would then investigate the source of the swamp leaping fish. After all, the Tang family obtained this swamp leaping fish through some means. By the way, the training will be over in about a month, and I will take you to the Magic City Water Gym for training and testing. Training test. Wow, Aunt Tang is really a teacher, so strict. The training test involves battling members of the Water Gym. The final winner will compete with me in the Supernova Battle of the 18 Avenues of the Alliance. If you win the battle, I will give you an invitation to the Supernova Challenge of the 18 Avenues. Fight against Aunt Tang? Zhang Yu was confused. Aunt Tang, you are? The owner of the water system in the 18 Avenues Pavilion. Zhang Yu was shocked when he reacted. What do you think? Tang Kainyu said with a smile on her face. He already thought highly of Aunt Tang, but he didn't expect that Aunt Tang's status was so high. The water system master of the 18 Avenues of the Alliance, anyone with a brain knows what this means. Aunt Tang is definitely a candidate for the League superstar, and a future superstar for sure. It seems that Aunt Tang's strength is much stronger than he imagined. That Slowking might not even be considered part of Aunt Tang's team. There is a high possibility that there is a king-level Pokémon in the team. The 18 major gyms almost mean the 18 most powerful forces in the Alliance. He really underestimated the strength of the Tang family. What is the 18th Avenue Hall Supernova Challenge? What a good middle school name. He knew about the 18th Avenue Pavilion. Since the Alliance is so large, if there are only 18 gyms in the entire Alliance, it will undoubtedly reduce the efficiency of obtaining gym badges. Therefore, the Alliance established 18 major gymnasiums and 18 minor gymnasiums in each province. In this way, there are 18 major gyms and many 18 minor gyms throughout the league. The functions of the big gym and the small gym are also different. Zhang Yu didn't know much about it, so he looked at Aunt Tang with some confusion. One of the functions of the 18th dojo is to issue dojo badges that can be used to participate in the League King tournament. Secondly, maintain the area. The gym is responsible for maintaining order in the area where it is located. Also, this supernova is a kind of hidden function. As the name suggests, a supernova is a rookie trainer. This supernova challenge is only open to those who are qualified. The curator recommends people they think have great potential, but usually those who are recommended are powerful people. You can only participate in the supernova challenge after receiving invitations from the 9 Avenue gyms. You will be excited about the rewards of the supernova challenge. Haha, what kind of reward can make him excited? His standards are surprisingly high now. A quasi-divine egg. Tang Kainyu looked at Zhang Yu meaningfully. What? A quasi-divine egg? Chapter 97. Is it so outrageous? Zhang Yu was obviously shocked by the news. Aunt Tang then explained the true meaning to Zhang Yu. Because there are too many heavenly kings and too few quasi-gods, every heavenly king is waiting in line for a quasi-god. The Alliance rewards the first place winner with a quasi-divine egg every year on the pretext of training new people, thereby shifting the conflict between the Tianwang family and the Alliance to between the Tianwang family and the family. The Alliance gave you a chance. The reason you couldn't get the quasi-divine egg is not because the Alliance didn't give it to you, but because your descendants are not as good as others. Ordinary people are not qualified to access this channel. Tang Kainyu was very satisfied with Zhang Yu's expression. No matter how expressionless you are usually, you will still be shocked when you hear about the channel to obtain the quasi-god. How about this news? If you are not interested, you don't have to take this test, Tang Kainyu joked. Interested, very interested. Zhang Yu nodded hurriedly, afraid of missing this opportunity. This is a quasi-god. Even though Zhang Yu's resources are very short now, he will definitely not miss it if given the chance. If he missed, someone would kill him. But this level is not so easy for me. The league has relevant regulations. In order to obtain the admission letter to the Supernova Challenge, each Pokémon of the trainer must defeat a Pokémon of a higher level than itself. Before challenging, you must report the strength of your Pokémon to the gym leader. Of course, you don't need to tell him what Pokémon it is, but the Pokémon must be one you have raised. The Alliance must ensure that you are qualified to cultivate a quasi-god. The strength of the Pokémon trainer is the best proof of this. Hiss, damn, this rule is really scary. This means that every Pokémon must have the ability to challenge enemies of higher levels. Doesn't this mean that everyone who can participate in the Supernova Challenge is a child of destiny? Looking at it this way, it seems that the level of the Supernova Challenge is even higher than that of the Ranging Cup. But his current strength is simply not enough. A level 28 Burning Bug, a level 18 Swamp Jumper, and an unborn Mystery Mimic. The strength of each Pokémon varies greatly, which gives him a headache. It's not even certain what results can be achieved in the College Cup, let alone the Ranging Cup and Supernova Challenge. Don't expect me to let you go. The league will conduct relevant tests through replays. Prepare well, I have confidence in you. Ant Tang encouraged Zhang Yu before leaving. In the following time, Zhang Yu continued to train the burning worms and swamp leaping fish. When you are focused on training, time flies by fast. Soon it was time to leave the water secret realm. Zhang Yu quickly returned home and found Suicune, who had been accompanying his mother in her research. Mom, can I borrow Suicune for a moment? After that, before Xiaoshihua could say anything, Zhang Yu brought Suicune to the training room. Suicune, can anyone else sense the auras of the burning bugs? Zhang Yu asked hurriedly, as this was related to his future plans. I can only sense the breath of the Phoenix King. As for the breath of other mythical beasts on the burning insect, no one should be able to sense it. After all, the auras of the burning bugs have not appeared in the world for at least 1,000 years. Only a few mythical beasts can sense the auras of the burning bugs. After hearing what Suicune said, Zhang Yu felt much less stressed. It is obviously unrealistic to achieve good results in the competition relying solely on the swamp leap fish. It is still necessary to lift the seal of the burning bug before we can have the strength to fight. As for Mimikyu, he did not expect to achieve any brilliant results. After all, the time of his birth was uncertain. Suicune, I'll have to trouble you to strengthen the special training of Swampert and Burning Bug recently. Okay, I don't have anything to do recently and I'm not in a hurry to go back. I can help you train them. Beautiful, Zhang Yu suddenly discovered that Suicune was not completely useless. Since Suicune doesn't plan to go back, he has to make good use of this time. He also figured out that the world was always playing tricks on him, and that troubles were coming his way while he was at home. If that's the case, why can't he go out and have fun? Maybe it's safer to go out and have fun? What's more, he now has Suicune, the top king, by his side. There is also Alakazam, which can go wherever it wants, but I don't know if I can take Alakazam with me. This is Suicune in his prime, not the weakened Suicune after being ambushed by the other 4 top-level Pokémon that have strong HP reduction. There is a head start. Okay, deal. Then he thought about it again and decided to leave Nanny Bug, Mage Arna, and Suicune at home during the day. The Nanny Bug takes care of the Pokémon eggs, Suicune helps Majiro with training, and he usually trains Swampert and Burning Bug in the water secret realm. Try to improve the strength of each Pokémon at the same time as much as possible. Suicune suddenly sneezed, and it couldn't help but wonder what was going on. Could it be catching a cold again? By the way, where are you going back later? Zhang Yu was a little curious about where these mythical beasts usually stay. I want to go home. Seeing Zhang Yu's puzzled expression, the Navy couldn't help but explain. Each group of mythical beasts has its own secret realm. We usually stay in the secret realm and can only leave the secret realm alone after we become adults. Does every group of mythical beasts have its own secret realm? Is this the status of a divine beast? It sounds so awesome. Taking this opportunity, Zhang Yu plans to learn about all aspects of the divine beast. After you leave the secret realm, will he who has authority take care of you? No, a divine beast with authority usually only cares about its own functions and the continuation of its race. Normally, it will not pay too much attention to the tribe. He will appoint a leader to govern the tribe. Why does it feel a bit unreliable? He asked Suicune to come to the magic city to purify the water source, but he didn't do anything when something went wrong? By the way, what is the content of the deal between the Alliance and him? Have no idea. Would the divine beast mind being tamed by humans? Some do, some don't, and some are more hostile to humans. If you encounter a mythical beast that hates humans, it is best not to have too much contact with it, especially one with a violent temper. It seems that not all mythical beasts are as close to humans as in the cartoons. From what Suokun said, some mythical beasts are likely to attack humans. Yes, judging from the functions of some mythical beasts, what they care about is not humans, but the normal operation of this world. Do you know what other mythical beasts are active in this world? Zhang Yu asked the question he wanted to ask most. I don't know. I am rarely active in the human world. Due to different duties, there is almost no intersection between the divine beasts, and there is rarely any contact. Zhang Yu showed a disappointed expression. If he could find other mythical beasts, he might know the secret behind the burning worm. Eat to eat. As soon as they heard about eating, all the Pokémon couldn't help but gather in front of Zhang Yu. Suokun used his wet body to gracefully push the other Pokémon aside. GGGG. The purple fat man emerged from Zhang Yu's shadow with a silly smile on his face. A red light flashed, and Magiana looked at Zhang Yu with an innocent and cute face. Hu Dis sat on the ground and rubbed the spoon, making a series of harsh metallic friction sounds. These foodies will eat him into bankruptcy sooner or later. Chapter 98. After a few days, after continuous training, everyone's strength has improved to a certain extent. The burning bug has reached level 30, reaching the early elite level. Swampert is the most hard-working and diligent of all Pokémon, so its strength increases quickly, reaching level 22, the early normal level. Due to its qualifications, Mage Arna has the fastest upgrade speed among all Pokémon. It is already level 26 and will soon reach the elite level like Incandescent Bug. Even Suokun had to sigh that Majourna's talent was too outrageous. Suokun and Swampert are both water attributed, so logically speaking, Swampert should have made the greatest progress. But the fact is that Mage Arna learns the moves more than 3-4 times faster than Swampert. It might take Swampert a day to learn a water-type move, but Mage Arna might only need a few hours. Just look at the moves Mage Arna has learned recently and you'll know how terrifying they are. Snow Scene, Ice Beam, High-Speed Movement, Sleeping, Meditation, Tile Splitting, Slamming, High-Speed Stars, Tarzan, Dream Talking, Substitute, Ultimate Impact, Destruction Ray, Shadow Ball. Mage Arna has learned all the moves that can be learned from Suokun. This was also the plan Zhang Yu made for Magyuna after seeing Magyuna's talent. The same goes for the Burning Worm and the Swampert. Learn all the skills first, and worry about proficiency later, so that you won't have anywhere to learn after Suokun leaves. This is all money. It feels like I got millions for free. It's good to have a teacher. Not only can you save money, but you will also have more experience in various aspects. At the same time, Zhang Yu also discovered that Suokun knew all the moves he could learn, even those moves that could only be learned with the help of a learning machine in the game of the previous life. Later, Suokun told him that the tribe of divine beasts had clear records of what moves they could learn, and there were also special teachers to teach them. Zhang Yu did not continue training today. He packed up early and prepared to go out, but not to the water secret realm, but to the training hall of Wang Yeyu's house. Aunt Tang has something to do today, so she has a day off. So he made an appointment with Tang Yuxuan to go to Wang Yeyu's training hall to take a look. Soon after, he arrived at Wang Yeyu's family's training hall, De Wang Training Hall. As soon as I entered the training hall, I saw Tang Yuxuan wearing a white dress with emerald green in the crowd. The scattered emerald green brought a hint of coolness to the coming summer. She was like a messenger of spring, fresh and refined, and eye-catching. Under the envious gazes of the surrounding men and women, the two waited for a while after they met up, and were soon taken by Wang Yeyu into a training room that had been prepared in advance. Brother Yu, according to your request, this trainer's Pokémon is elite level. Okay, go ahead, Swampert. There's nothing to be afraid of about grass-type Pokémons. Smash them. Zhang Yu nodded and threw out the Pokeball. The opposing trainer threw a Pokeball and a turtle-like Pokémon appeared. Pokémon, Tutai Turtle. Gender, male. Features, luxuriant. Qualification, Gym. Level, 34. Moves. The Tutai turtle had a large, flat shell and looked like a kind of ankylosaur. On the shell of the turtle there grows an oak-like tree and 3 grey regular triangle-shaped rocks. The upper body and lower jaw of the turtle are green, and it has 2 cones protruding on both sides of the head. Turtles have red pupils and a serrated mouth with a black beak at the tip. Seeing this Todaiji turtle, Zhang Yu was quite satisfied with his opponent this time. The fact that he had the big 3 proved that his opponent was quite strong. The battle begins. Wang Yeyu consciously acted as the referee. Both the Turtwig and the Swampert are very slow, and the Swampert is at a disadvantage in speed due to the level difference. Fortunately, Toriji cannot learn some disgusting grass-type transformation skills, which is crucial for Swampert. Swamp Leap Fish, Water Waves, and then find an opportunity to approach the opponent. Tutai Turtle, Reflection Wall. Transparent walls of light kept appearing in front of the Tutai Turtle. The reflective wall can reduce the physical damage received. The Turtwig is stronger than the Swampert in every aspect. A reflective wall will directly cut off the possibility of Swampert winning. Circles of water waves hit the opponent's Earth Turtle under Zhang Yu's unexpected gaze. After being hit, the Tutai Turtle frowned slightly, but it didn't seem to be seriously injured. Zhang Yu didn't expect that the opponent didn't use grass-type attack moves, but instead used a reflection wall. The opponent's caution was beyond his expectations. Swampert is a physical attack Pokémon. Although Swampert's water-type moves have high damage, they still do not cause effective damage. Fortunately, Swampert released its moves very quickly, so after the opponent released the reflection wall, Swampert had already arrived in front of Turtles. Looking at the fortress beast that was almost 2 meters taller than itself, Swampert was not afraid but showed an excited expression. It is this kind of opponent and this kind of pressure that makes it excited. Swamp Jumper, climb up the tree of the Tutai Turtle and use the tile breaker to break its reflective wall. The only two advantages of Swampert are that it can release water-based moves faster and its body is smaller and more flexible. The swamp leaping fish stepped, jumped, and flipped over, and instantly came to the big tree on the back of the earthen platform turtle. It raised its hand high, making a knife shape, and its whole arm exuded strong fighting energy. He swung his arm down heavily, leaving a shadow in the air. When the hand knife was about to touch the earthen turtle, cracks suddenly appeared in the space. With a bang, the barrier on the turtle's body was instantly shattered, and the hand knife, without any pause, hit the turtle heavily. The physical defense and health of Tutai Turtle are already very high, and the fighting system can only cause general damage to Tutai Turtle. The damage caused by the tile splitting to Tutai Turtle this time is very general. Dotai Turtle, shake your body vigorously and use super absorption at the same time. The sudden shaking caught the swamp leaping fish off guard. Its feet slipped, its body tilted, and it fell off the tree of the earth turtle. Fortunately, he pushed hard with one foot on the tree and rolled in the air before landing safely. However, after landing, a huge burst of grass-type energy wrapped up the Swampert from in front of the Tutai Turtle and returned to the Tutai Turtle's body. The swamp leap fish frowned, trying hard not to cry out, and his face looked full of pain. After the grass-type energy left, the Swampert kept gasping for breath, and very obvious scars appeared on its body. Seeing this, Zhang Yu was not surprised at all. Quadruple weak water was not just a casual remark. Even if the power of super absorption was not great, the opponent was a whole level higher than the swamp leap fish, plus the skills of this system. It still caused huge damage to Swampert. I'm afraid Swampert can only take 2 more super absorptions. If you use other grass-type physical moves, you may not be able to block any of them. Swamp Jumper, hold on to the opponent's attacks. Then use Avalanche. Dotai Turtle, Flying Leaf Sharp Knife. A large amount of green energy gathered in front of the Tutai Turtle, and this green energy quickly formed into sharp leaf blades. The leaf blades spun rapidly and shot towards the swamp fish. The sound of leaf blades breaking through the air continued to be heard in the air, which made people feel cold all over. The leaf blade quickly cut through the body of the swamp jumper. Swamp leap fish crossed his arms to protect his head, clenched his fists, endured the pain, and looked at the other party with a determined look. When the flying leaf knife disappeared, Swamp Leap Fish unclenched his fists and roared. A large number of snowballs condensed from light blue energy appeared above the Tutai Turtle. With a biting cold wind, countless snowflakes and ice cubes poured down from great heights, forming a huge white waterfall, rushing towards the Tutai Turtle with the force of thunder. The Earth Turtle was unable to dodge and was covered by countless ice and snow in an instant. It let out a scream and its entire huge body was pressed heavily to the ground. Chapter 99. Although Swampert is 4 times countered by grass, Tortoise is not much better, being 4 times countered by ice. Everyone held their breath and stared at the earth turtles that were piled up into a small hill. No one expected that the swamp jumper could cause such great damage to the earth turtles. You have to know that there is a big gap between Swampert and Squirtle in strength, not to mention that Squirtle is already a fully evolved starter Pokémon, while Swampert is only in the second stage. On the other hand, after using Avalanche, the Swampert was in very bad condition, with its entire body shaking like a porcelain doll that would break at the slightest touch. Seeing the state of the swamp-leaping fish, Zhang Yu knew that the game was over. Although the damage caused by the avalanche is considerable, it still cannot kill the turtle instantly. Sure enough, before the turtle could stand up, the swamp jumper had already fallen down. The swamp-leaping fish was defeated and the earth turtle won, Wang Yeyu said slowly after waiting for a while. You did a great job, Swamp Skipper. To be honest, Zhang Yu is already very satisfied with this achievement. If it were a grass-type Pokémon of the same level, it might not be able to beat Swampert. In fact, before the battle, he predicted that Swampert would most likely lose. But he still wanted Swampert to battle against the grass-type Pokémon. He wanted to let the Swampert see its biggest weakness. Only by making it hurt would it know how serious its weakness was. Zhang Yu is not afraid that swamp-leaping fish will never recover. Failure will only give swamp-leaping fish the motivation to work harder. It can be seen from the normal state of Swampert that compared with Incineroar and Majira, Swampert is more in line with the characteristics of a strong person. It's just that the talents of the other two are so high that there may not be many of them in the whole world. Secondly, he wanted to see how terrifying quadruple restraint was, and he needed a reference in his mind. This battle also made him give up the idea of becoming a master of reverse attributes. If it was just double restraint, Zhang Yu felt he could still fight. Tutai's grass-type moves also have the bonus of its own type. Without the bonus, he feels that Swampert can still withstand one more attack. After making a calculation in his mind, Zhang Yu roughly understood the power of 4 times restraint. Seeing Zhang Yu's swamp leap fish defeated so easily, Tang Yuxuan couldn't help but regret her impulsiveness, but since she was here, she couldn't just turn around and leave. Forget it, just think of it as giving mine as a massage. There was no suspense in the next step, and Melodic was defeated even faster than Swampert. After curing Swampert and Melodic, Wang Yeyu insisted on hosting and took Zhang Yu and Tang Yuxuan to play for a long time in the entertainment business district contracted by their family. The incinerator took advantage of Zhang Yu's inattention and ate a lot of the ice cream prepared by Wang Yeyu. Zhang Yu had a headache, wondering if there would be any problems if the fire-type Pokémon ate such cold food. The swamp fish and the nanny worm are like curious babies, they want to look, touch and play everywhere. Seeing this, Zhang Yu felt a little guilty. Since he tamed them, he had never taken them out to play. He secretly decided to take them out at least once a week to experience nature. A group of people were talking and laughing as they passed by a flower shop. Zhang Yu paused and suddenly thought of Mage Arna. Everyone was talking and laughing outside, but it was in the Pokeball. It must be very lonely. Thinking about what I knew about Mage Arna in my previous life, it seemed that it liked flowers very much. So he said to them, "Wait a minute, I want to buy a bouquet of flowers." Wang Yeyu showed a meaningful expression and looked at Tang Yuxuan again. Tang Yuxuan was stunned, and said in an unclear tone, "Do you have someone you like?" "No, I have a Pokémon at home who loves flowers." Zhang Yu did not notice Tang Yuxuan's tone and quickly went to the flower shop to pick some flowers. After the clerk's recommendation, Zhang Yu bought a bunch of lilies. Halfway through the walk, Zhang Yu suddenly remembered something, so he went back to the flower shop and bought a bouquet of carnations. After a long time, they parted ways and Zhang Yu soon returned home. Zhang Yu held the carnation, put his hands behind his back, and quietly opened the door. Seeing her mother sitting in the living room, Xiaohua turned to look at Zhang Yu when she saw the door open. "Come, Xiaohu, see what your mother has prepared for you." Xiaohua waved to Zhang Yu. Zhang Yu quickly came to his mother and said with a smile, "Mom, look what this is." At the same time, he summoned Mage Arna, handed Lily to Mage Arna and patted her head, "It will be soon, you can play outside with us soon." "It's okay, I really like this bouquet of lilies." After receiving the lilies, Mage Arna was obviously in a much better mood and she unconsciously showed off the flowers in front of everyone. Seeing Magiana so happy, Zhang Yu's mouth corners unconsciously raised. A long time ago, Zhang Yu had told his mother about the existence of Maguna. His mother also knew the importance of Maguna but did not make it public. Seeing what Zhang Yu was holding, Xiaohua was stunned. She tried to suppress her smile, but when she saw the carnation in his hand, the corners of her mouth couldn't help but curl up. "Oh, our Xiaohu has really grown up." Then she handed the bag on the table to Zhang Yu and said, look what mom has prepared for you. Zhang Yu was a little curious about what his mother had prepared for him. When the bag was opened, 3 round stones were seen pressed together. When Zhang Yu saw these 3 stones, his breathing seemed to be held tightly by a pair of big hands. After this brief pause, Zhang Yu could not help but feel ecstatic, with an unstoppable smile on his face. These 3 stones are the Mega Evolution Stones in my mother's laboratory. If it was just an ordinary evolution stone, he wouldn't be so excited. Except for Jengar's evolution stone, the appearance of the other 2 was beyond Zhang Yu's imagination. When happiness knocked on the door, luckily he was at home. A Jengar evolution stone, a Bangla's evolution stone, and the last one is a Metagross evolution stone. If the evolution stones of those legendary beasts are considered as T0 level, then Bangla's and Metagross are definitely T1 level. Jengar is slightly worse, but can also be considered T1.5. Seeing the surprised expression on Zhang Yu's face, Xiaohua could no longer suppress the smile on her lips and couldn't help but laugh. After calming down, Zhang Yu thought for a while, sat next to his mother, and said in a serious tone, "Mom, I want to tell you something." Seeing Zhang Yu's serious expression, Xiaohua couldn't help but become serious. This stone does have an effect on Jengar. Zhang Yu took out Jengar's evolution stone and picked up the evolution stone with the same gesture as holding a map of South Korea. Before Xiaohua could say anything, Zhang Yu immediately said, "Mom, I'm afraid your experiment is not accurate. When I took out this stone, I found that Jengar's vitality suddenly jumped violently. I've only seen this kind of vitality pulsating when Pokémon evolve." Hearing this, Xiaohua suddenly turned her head and looked at Zhang Yu. Chapter 100. What? Are you sure? Xiaohua couldn't help but stood up in shock. It's no wonder that Xiaohua was shocked. What Zhang Yu said was simply too unbelievable. You should know that the 3rd stage of evolution of Pokémon has reached its end. This is the conclusion reached by countless people from ancient times to the present. This is also a conclusion that countless people want to overturn, but unfortunately no one has been able to overturn this conclusion since ancient times. This led to everyone accepting the conclusion that Pokémon only has 3 forms as truth. If what Zhang Yu said is correct, it will break the theory obtained by human practice over tens of millions of years, which is no less than sinking an ancient giant ship that has been sailing for tens of millions of years and causing an unprecedented tsunami. The fact that there is still evolution after the 3rd stage not only proves the existence of the 4th stage of evolution, but it is also very likely that there will be 5th and 6th stages of evolution, and so on. If a 3rd stage Pokémon reacts to this stone, will it also react to other items? Every evolution of Pokémon is a transformation. Will the 4th stage form change its characteristics, attributes, etc.? Will the 4th stage Pokémon react to other items and evolve again? Can a 4th level evolved Pokémon surpass a quasi-god? Can it reach the level of a 2nd level legendary beast? Can it be cultivated on a large scale? Are there other mythical beasts that can bring about such special evolution? How many of these legendary beasts are there that can affect the evolution chain of Pokémon? Where are they? All signs indicate that humans have not really touched upon the potential of Pokémon. I'm afraid the whole world will have to overturn all previous theories of evolutionary research. Because all evolutionary theories are based on the fact that Pokémon can only evolve to the 3rd level at most. If Zhang Yu's feelings are correct, this evolution, I'm afraid it will change the whole world. It can be said that the research on the 4th stage is the only weather vane for the 21st century and even the next century, and it will definitely bring about a major revolution that will affect the future of mankind and Pokémon. Whoever can master the secret of the 4th stage of evolution will be able to achieve the position that every country dreams of. And that scientist will definitely become the most top-notch scientist in the entire history of mankind. These are just some of the questions she can think of now. Once she calms down and thinks carefully, the various questions and impacts will definitely increase exponentially. This conclusion will definitely become a new discipline. I am afraid that there will be another scientist on the blacklist of many students. Seeing his mother in such a state, Zhang Yu suddenly realized that the impact of Mega Evolution is not just as simple as adding special evolution forms of certain Pokémon, but there may be impacts that he could not imagine. I feel a little regretful for suddenly bringing up this topic. Mom, don't be so excited, I just have this feeling. Zhang Yu comforted his mother, fearing that she would research super evolution right away. How can I not be excited? You are still young and don't understand the impact behind this. Xiaohua was still very excited and his speech was a little incoherent. This is what Suokun told me. Only a very small number of Pokémon can sense this kind of stone, and even if they can't establish a connection with the stone now. Because the world is missing something crucial. Seeing that his mother was about to go to the laboratory for research, Zhang Yu hurriedly pulled Suicune out. The world is missing something. Hearing Zhang Yu's obscure statement, Xiaohua immediately felt that there was a huge secret behind these stones. Some beings have not yet awakened. Seeing that his mother was gradually cooling down, Zhang Yu poured another basin of cold water on her. After hearing Zhang Yu's words, Xiaohua indeed showed a disappointed expression. Phew, Zhang Yu finally felt relieved when he saw that his mother had completely given up the idea of doing research. He had no doubt that if his mother succeeded in researching super evolution, his life would be uneasy. Which organization doesn't want to train a PhD like this? If they can't train one, won't they snatch one away from them? If I can't get your PhD, I can probably get your son. He doesn't want to be targeted by other organizations again. However, he also laid the groundwork for the subsequent Gigantamax and Mega Crystallization. Gigantamax and Crystallization do require the energy of certain mythical beasts, but there are still no records of these mythical beasts, which makes him feel very strange. But this is not what he should be thinking about now. But, Mom, we can start by collecting these stones. You should understand the value of these stones, Zhang Yu said with a wink. Then he quickly took out a pen and paper, and based on the impression of the Mega Evolution Stones in the game in his mind, he drew all the Evolution Stones one by one. The Evolution Stones of Latios, Latias, Diancie, and Mewtwo are highlighted. Next are Bangiras, Metagross, Dragonite, Garchomp, Flame Chicken, Swampert, Lizard Lord, Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, Alakazam, Gengar, Gardevoir, Tanabata, Alexei, Rickaleu, Augustin and Beedrill. There is no need to say much about Bangiras, Metagross, Tyrannosaurus, and Garchomp. Apart from the legendary Pokémon, the Quasi-Gods are undoubtedly the strongest Pokémon that humans can come into contact with. Blaziken, Swampert, Lizard Lord, Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise, the three starter Pokémon of 2 generations, are used by too many people. The improvements after Dynamaxing are very huge, except for a certain Pokémon that can only use dual swords. Alakazam, Gengar, Gardevoir, Tanabata, Alakazam, Rickaleu, and Agron are all very strong, simply because they are strong. Not only are they strong, but each Pokémon is extremely popular. Beedrill, if for no other reason than to pay tribute to this hot man. As for the others, they are also very good, but they are a little disappointing compared to the aforementioned Pokémon which are already very strong. However, he remembered that before the time travel, it seemed that a new super evolution was about to be released in the game. I don't know if the new super evolution can appear in this world. Hey, he reviewed the drawing techniques he learned in kindergarten in a short time and drew dozens of circles, which made Zhang Yu very tired. While handing this detailed portrait to his mother, Zhang Yu explained, these are all secrets within the Divine Beast tribe. Mom, you must not tell anyone else. Xiaohua, who was speechless after seeing the painting, could not help but respond seriously when she heard the origin of the news was so serious. Mom understands, I won't tell anyone else. Very good, it's great to have a divine beast behind you. Whenever there is a problem, they can just push the blame onto the divine beast. The key is that they have not been able to confirm it. The mystery of the divine beast, and out of respect for it, they generally choose to believe it. After hearing what his mother said, he suddenly remembered the post about purchasing stones that he had posted online before. He had not read it since it was posted. After so much time has passed, there should be some news. Zhang Yu opened 99+ messages with great anticipation and browsed through them one by one. This is not right, and this is not right either. Zhang Yu kept flipping through the messages, but they were all ordinary stones, which made him a little disappointed. Suddenly, someone sent him several messages. Lost your courage? What a strange name. Click on the message I sent him without any courage. What is this? 24 thumb-sized stones that look similar and neat. Zhang Yu, what kind of stone is this? No courage, strange stone. Where did you come from? How come I can smell the smell through the screen? I lost my courage, look at my name. Name? Lost your courage? Damn it. It can't be what he really thinks. 24 thumb-sized gallstones? Buddy, you can string 2 bracelets together. Block him decisively. After clearing the messages, I still didn't find any valuable stones. It seems that buying stones online is not very reliable. I still need other channels.